tear you apart.
Presto blasto!
I'm ready.
Acquiring target.
We have many secrets. Chugga. You gotta be kidding me! Hot. Presto blasto! Hot. Chugga. Hot. Presto blasto! You gotta be kidding me! Chugga.
You require my assistance?
Aha!
You require my assistance?
Chugga. You gotta be kidding me!
You require my assistance?
Aha!
You require my assistance?
You gotta be kidding me! Kidding me!
Someday I'll be just like you!
I'm master of magics!
Where am I?
Someday I'll be just like you!
I'm master of magics!
Where am I?
Dead from the shadows!
For Dalaran.
Dead from the shadows!
Acquiring target.
Dead from the shadows!
For Dalaran. For Dalaran.
Chug!
Welcome to Sunday Night Showdown. Tonight we have two very fantastic matches for y'all tonight. We have coming up first in the Legacy Gold, RHat, the leader of THL. Don't argue with him; he will own everything you ever have. Taking on HeatShock from Diamonds, Alleycats, and then after that we have a Heroes semifinals match of Itachi from F2L Black taking on Dardarbinks from the Challengestoners, who took his first loss of THL earlier today. And let's talk to the person that beat him, and also my co-caster tonight, RonMexico. How you doing, Ron?
Hey, I'm doing great, man. I think Dardar's going to be happy to get some of that bad luck out of the way for a really important hero playoff match. Certainly a lot more significant than just a casual regular season pro match against me here. But I'm very excited for the first match as well. Two unbelievably strong players in RidiculousHat and HeatShock going up at each other's throats again for the final game for both of their teams for Legacy Gold, I believe, this week.
Yeah, this
Hat's
is
team a good chance for playoffs, and HeatShock's team not so much.
No, it's this. This is a must-win situation for our hat to get those much-needed playoff points here with a lot of teams behind them. But we can't forget to introduce the most beautiful person I have ever met, the best op that THL could ever ask for, Saku. How you doing, Saku?
I'm doing great. How you guys doing?
What, are we? You just turn into Batman?
Saku's the Batman.
I'm scared.
I mean, I don't know.
No, I'm doing great. I'm doing great, man. It's exciting times. Just trying to figure out if Mr. Hat can pull the hat over HeatShock's eyes and win.
He
Nice.
probably would try to do it in the most ridiculous of ways.
Oh, the wordplay.
But I'm
overwhelmed.
But anyways, let's get into this first match of our hat from Pod People versus HeatShock of Diamonds Alleycat. Our hat's lineup today is Demon Hunter, Paladin, Rogue, Warrior, taking on HeatShock's Demon Hunter, Mage, Pally, Warrior. Ron, let's not ask you about bans. Let's ask you what you think these players are going to be bringing here with these decks.
Nice.
Let's
Well,
pick your brain about that.
First off, I'm really excited to see not only have both players mostly agreed on the lineup, Demon Hunter, Paladin, Warrior, present through both, but Hat happens to be the rogue specialist on Vicious Syndicate. HeatShock happens to be the mage specialist on Vicious Syndicate. So naturally, they have three identical classes. One of them has rogue, the rogue specialist. One of them has mage, the mage specialist.
Go
and
figure.
you love to see it.
So obviously those are both banned out of respect, right?
naturally.
Naturally.
Hat bans Mage and HeatShock bans Rogue.
I do have
Yeah.
bans too.
Ooh, wait, hold on, Saku. We're not there yet.
I know. That's why I'm holding.
Alright,
But yeah,
go ahead.
the Demon Hunters, I think on both sides are probably Soul DH. I think on both sides probably we see the Librum, like Penflinger version Paladin. Warrior is very interesting and open to a lot of different things.
Yeah.
It's really hard to say because we've got different archetypes ranging from like big to enrage to bomb. I think maybe Hat could bring bomb because of the mage, and I think HeatShock might be more inclined to possibly bring like a big warrior and leave up DH, or maybe just like a control version. And then the rogue and the mage, well, HeatShock's probably just going with whatever crazy version of mage HeatShock thinks is best. That's better than all of our ideas. And Hat Rogue, I don't know, maybe Galacrod Rogue might be making a comeback. Maybe Secret Miracle Rogue seems decent into the lineup.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and that's like another thing I love about these two lineups is the diversity outside of Demon Hunter and Pally can just be absolutely insane, like you hit on there. You know, it's one of my favorite reasons why I love Warrior in this meta is like you see Warrior and you're like, man, what is it?
Yeah,
And
closed list Warrior seems like a good idea. Open list Warrior, it's like they can kind of plan for it a little bit better.
Yeah, exactly. You know, and like most of the Warriors, like big bomb and control, they can all have like the same 15 cards that are like close to like the same cards in them, like card for card. So like it takes a while for you to figure out which one of those three you're playing against until it's too
Closed
late.
list, he played Cash on 2. Oh, great. Now I
Oh,
know what it is.
Yeah, no, I don't. You gotta wait until they either play that weapon or play something
there's
else.
just, like,
Stupid.
it's so hard to figure out still.
All right, Saku, what do you have for our bans in this match today?
Hat's Paladin is banned,
Yep.
and HeatShock's Demon Hunter's banned.
No respect on either side.
That's right.
For the VS spec.
Bring
Well, maybe-
your
all
favorite
right.
deck, your specialized deck. I'm gonna take care of it. Is what both players are saying.
It's
This
a
could
V-
also be like that next level respect, though. You know what I mean? Where it's like, I know you're the mage person. I know you're the rogue person. I'm gonna let you have your best class, and let's just go head to head at that. You know, that kind of respect
like
of
it.
like, I'll let you have it and see what happens here.
So both
know, it's
players
like-
are ready. If you guys are ready.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
absolutely.
Okay.
You know, it's like what happens in a lot of esports, like League and Dota. You know, you let the other team have their best heroes, and you're just like, let's just go at it. Five
Yep.
best heroes or 5 best heroes.
Toe to
Yes.
toe giver.
Same thing. Yeah.
All right, so for our viewers, we have HeatShock that's on the right-hand side of your screen, which will be the first to spectate for our casters. And then we have our hat, who will
What?
be on top, like a
No,
hat
I'm gonna
should.
do it the other way.
You
I'm
do
doing it.
you, buddy. You do you.
Thanks, buddy.
You got to have a contrarian. somewhere.
Yeah. Ron, what do you expect to see here first? You know, with the Demon Hunter HeatShock on and the Paladin of our hack on here.
Coin flips. Let's just go full random. Throw it in the random number generator for both players, see what comes up, and lead with that.
Wow, thanks, Ron. what a comment. I don't know what to
Hey.
say, so I'm just gonna yell the words coin flip.
Hey, you got to mix it up sometimes.
You do, you know. I know that's an old strategy of one of my old teams. I'm not gonna say now, but
It's a very
my old
special
teams, we
coin that
just-
actually has 3 sides.
yeah. Or you can roll a die because a die has like multiple sides. But
What? That's
we'll
crazy.
We'll find this magical coin of Ron's.
That's far easier. I like the magic coin instead.
I
Magic
want to
buff.
see you. I want to see you make this coin, Ron.
Ooh,
so that
look
way
at
you
this,
can use
guys.
this in the
This is
future.
exciting.
Oh, it's the lead up. What a wonderful way to start. We have Rogue versus Mage. That's just ideal.
Both flexing the 1,000 win portraits, just to show it off.
It's the full VS grudge match, and you love to see it.
Absolutely.
And Hat with a Dragon's Horde in hand. This looks like it's going to be Secret Miracle Rogue.
It could be Highlander.
I thought we already saw Miscreant get tossed.
I missed a mulligan, so I have not a clue.
Also, I'd say it's pretty unlikely to be Highlander,
Shh. I hope it's Highlander.
but sure. Meanwhile,
Just to
HeatShock
prove you
looks to
wrong, Ron.
be small spell mage here.
Yeah, the nerfs. People thought the nerfs would be
Runs
huge,
out on
but
me.
Wait,
honestly,
Tuna. HeatShock's mage could be Highlander.
It's not.
Oh, okay.
No one plays Highlander mage unless you want to lose.
it's got some game.
Uh,
Can't go so far as to say it's just terrible. Well, it's
Against what?
definitely not Highlander, as we see the Violet Spellwind get picked up.
yeah, see? I knew what I was saying wrong.
Unless HeatShock really knows something the rest of us don't, which is that
It's-
you always draw your 2 of Spellwing.
Yeah, it's 29 or 28.
And
normal
hey, look
cards
at
and
that.
2
More
Spellwing.
proof. Not Highlander. A Pharaoh Cat
it's-
being drawn for Hat.
I'm going to use the same logic that you just said for HeatShock.
back and forth we go.
yeah. And around we go.
All right, so pretty standard opener for both players, just doing their early game things they need to do. HeatShock holding the 2 missiles. What a draw off the top. Extra draw from Cram.
Oh, and the
Find one
Wandy.
thief, gonna rip it immediately. Ooh, maybe just Ray of Frost here?
Yeah, I think it's got to be the Ray of Frost because, you got 2 of those arcane missiles that discount the giant, and the Ray of Frost is 2 more discounts. So you can have this mana giant down to 4 here pretty quick.
Cheap giant good.
Especially with Conjure's Calling in hand.
Yeah, it's kind of a nutty start for HeatShock here.
Yeah.
With the amount of ways he can discount the giant fast, then start getting random 8 drops.
Which this rogue is able to keep up with random 8 drops because of the blackjack stunners and possible saps hidden throughout the list if there are any saps.
And Hat gonna go ahead and throw out the coin here, see what he finds from the miscreant. Couple of lackeys. It's Dante lackey right away. Wow, what an evolve.
3/9 taunt.
That's absurd. I mean, not that it really matters since HeatShock is holding and devolving missiles. Seems like it might be a good time to rip that to deal with the 3/9 taunt.
He might not though, because he might be wanting to save it for.
Looks like it goes ping devolving.
Yeah, there's a chance that he saved it for like a questing or an Edwin or something ridiculous as well.
Yeah, I think that's fair, but just like facing this minion right now and wanting to further his own regular game plan of just discounting the giant and maintaining board control. I like this move from HeatShock, just going in with the devolving now.
Give me a quest.
Of course,
Questing.
here comes the questing right after the devolving gets played. Hat can charge this up to a 4/4. And HeatShock has more than enough to deal with this as well.
Yeah, we
And
can
with
go.
the Chinvala top deck can actually summon 5/5s too. Well, just one of them. But
Just one, but it's better than none. So we'll take it.
Just like you.
yeah, and sees the line, gonna go for it right away. Even if the arcane missiles completely whiff, he can still clear that questing adventurer with the lab partner hit. Although, I'm sure it will just clear it out with the missiles.
Clears both.
Ideal outcome for HeatShock here, as he is in full control of this board.
Is this what it's like to be the mage expert? Your missiles just always go where you need them to.
I think so. Yeah.
Take your own Shinvala. Yeah,
I mean, it looked like the best option out of the ones
it
that were
really
offered.
was.
And unfortunately for Hat here, just being so much on the back foot, he's going to need to plagiarize the stunner now just to try to keep some pressure off. And that's going to hurt with his capability to deal with mana giant nonsense.
Ooh.
Another nice draw for HeatShock. Cram Session is also very nice to test to see if it's dirty tricks. You generally only expect dirty tricks and plagiarize, right?
Yeah.
So you play Cram Session, and now you know, well, that's probably plagiarize. Do you want to give him anything else? HeatShock says, sure, have a giant.
Yeah, I mean the giant still costs 8 for our hat, so not too much of a big deal to give him an 8 mana 8/8 when yours is going to turn into a bunch of other 8/8s. Oh, what? I want the 5? Oh, the lackeys. I forgot.
Is it cold in here?
I was looking through the list there to see how discounted it would be, but I could not come up with what it was going to be before we saw it. But there it is, a very cheap mana giant coming right back on the other end for Hat.
And no, sorry, it's just any card that didn't start in your deck.
But HeatShock is currently 5 off lethal just on board.
Gromosh.
Gonna start looking for stuff.
Oh,
It's a disappointing outcome for him. Probably just gonna conj the Tomb Warden again here.
Yeah.
And then freeze the giant and push face damage. And I don't see how Hat gets out of this one.
Vanish. Bring it back.
Yeah, and I think we'll see a concede from Hat, and we move on to the next game. There it is. The Mage Specialist gets the Mage win, and HeatShock up 1-0 in the series.
Yeah, I mean, HeatShock's just power line, just his power spikes and his top decks lined up so well. I mean, you hit that Chenvala on the turn where you were going to cast double Ray Frost.
Yeah, that was insane.
Anyways, so it just worked out perfectly for him. You know, had every answer that he needed to keep the board and remove R-Hat's threats all at the same time. And then R-Hat just unable to mount any kind of real pressure through the disruption he was getting from the Mage.
Yeah, and now heading into game 2, we see Hat has shifted to the Paladin, and HeatShock going with the Warrior, and this looks like Big Warrior here.
Yep.
I know HeatShock's version runs the Proto Drakes.
Yes. And it's mainly
Hat
for this
is
card
pure Paladin
right
here, it looks like.
Yeah, that Shotbot and the Crusader or Zealot is your indications.
I mean, you could maybe run a Shotbot in a Broom Paladin, but the Lightforge Zealot's the biggest dead giveaway I've ever seen.
Nah, you don't run Shotbot in Broom.
I'm just saying you could. I'm not saying you likely do.
RonMexico, everybody. I played bad cards.
So this matchup is quite favorable for Hat here, so he's got to be happy with the way the queue lined up. Paladin has a nice matchup spread against pretty much all Warrior decks, especially Big.
Yeah, the way that HeatShock wins this is Hat just needs to like fizzle real hard over the next couple turns. But
Hat playing the non-Golden Zealot over the Golden Zealot. I wonder what factored into that decision.
I have more to give.
That's next level casting here.
That's what we're going with, Ron.
Yeah, man.
Amazing.
What do you think he wasn't going to play a Zealot? What was there to analyze there?
We can analyze how R-Hat's playing the second worst hero portrait in the entire game.
I mean, he was on a Noyo team previously, right? It must just be a callback. But I also disapprove of the hero portrait.
I hate this hero portrait so much. Only because of Lefty is the main reason why I hate this hero portrait. Back when I used to play on DMV, I'd play Lefty in all kinds of matches and be like, let me test my Paladin. And I'll be like, okay. And then he would just spam the emotes of this Annoyotron non-stop.
Damn, if only you had an option to make him stop doing that, like a squelch
Well, it's
button.
difficult when you're in the same house with him and he's just turning his volume up all the way. So that way you could still hear it after you squelch him.
Oh, that's brutal.
It was. But anyway,
So many choices.
HeatShock looking to use Molten Breath and then the Hench Clan.
Hogsmeade here, yeah, makes sense.
I love that you and I said both parts of the names like at the perfect time.
Yeah. You get the full name.
Yeah. Takes two of us to say that long name there.
You're welcome, THL.
This is the
Hench
kind of
Clan
content.
Hogsmeade. I mean, most of this game is pretty straightforward. Hat is just generally kind of playing on curve here, throwing out his threats and pushing damage as much as he can, because the big warrior's start is usually slow.
Reporting for duty.
I am a bit surprised to see the 1-1 get played. Just he might want to have like a better board for a possible brawl and just like not want the chance of a 1-1 surviving a brawl.
Also, the 1-1 plays are on Bladestorm as well, right? So if R-Hat wanted to push face like this, not kill the 1-1.
Actually, yeah, that's an excellent point. And HeatShock, with finding the Ceremonial Maul, actually still is able to play the Bladestorm before the clear anyway.
So that's all our hat was doing. He was just trying to play around Blade Storm and push as much damage as possible. So I really
Got a first day of school. Wow,
Hey,
finds a broom.
broom. We're broom pure pally now.
Well, that's quite the find.
Our hat cheating.
Brazen Zealot, honestly, not bad either.
No, but
Unfortunately for Hat, holding that
Who are we
Liadrin
hitting
with
today?
no buffs being played so
I
far.
cannot wait to read these.
it's like my game earlier.
And Hat just going with the broomstick now. Looking
Yeah.
to just push damage where he can. 5-1, somewhat difficult to answer. So we can see HeatShock does have an answer lined up and a Rustied Raider here. I'd be surprised to see anything other than Raider hero power.
Is he thinking about going to 2? The coin out of Proto Drake?
So many choices.
I mean, if he did that, he would literally just lose to Hat's Consecration in hand. He doesn't know that, but I think that's just far too risky of a line to go down to 2 here. Just play it safe. Big Warrior wants to win in the late game. And Hat, no hesitation, sees a 3 health minion, plays a 3 attack weapon. Let's see what Murloc it is. Pretty good one.
Yeah. Pretty good stats. You know, the average Murloc is not well suited for just good stats.
All right, and HeatShock with no real option but playing the Proto Drake.
Yeah.
And that's going to wrap this game up.
Yep.
HeatShock expects Hat probably has the burst. He does indeed. Respectfully does not play the top decks lethal. Good guy Hat.
Good guy.
And yep, just use that Consecration with the final burst. Fancy Scargill at the end there, and we are tied up.
1-1.
So HeatShock's Mage through, Hat's Paladin through, and we're down to the last 2 classes for both players. What do you think we're going to see get queued up here?
So we have Demon Hunter and Warrior left for HeatShock, right?
Well, speculate no further. It's a Warrior mirror.
Oh no. So our hat's control? Maybe bomb?
Possibly.
Yeah,
I still don't know 100%, but it's probably bomb. I was expecting
it's
bomb
the control.
anyway.
I've never seen a
because
control
of-
variant. Go on.
Oh no, it could be Enrage with the
Does Enrage
cleave
play
weapon.
Krasinov?
Some of them do.
Man, Warrior, y'all crazy. All right.
It's most likely the bomb warrior though, because again, HeatShock was bringing Mage obviously, so I feel like that would have lined up better for Hat's overall class brings. And we have the most compelling early game warrior gameplay here. Press button.
Press button, hope not to die. Repeat until win game.
Quartermaster makes it seem a bit more likely that Hat is control, but we're still not 100% certain.
Or bomb.
Oh, right.
I mean,
yeah.
bomb over
Bomb.
Enrage.
It's like, bomb is like control-y bomb, but yeah, that's it's more
Control-y
bomb than it
bomb.
is. Okay, the cache will tell us.
It's definitely bomb.
Yeah, I mean, you're probably right. Makes the most sense that it's bomb.
Someone clip that. Someone clip it. Ron said I was right.
I take it back.
I just thanks Saku. You're a hero. Somehow Saku clipped 10 minutes in the future. Yeah.
He's a smart dude.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. It's a wrench caliber.
Wow.
Who could have seen that coming?
So our hat chose to take the inner rage there over everything else.
Yeah, I thought maybe we'd see in athletic studies, but inner rage just could be the consideration for I need more damage burst to try to find a way through this. This is not a favorable matchup for Hat's Warrior. So he's really just got to push as much damage as possible, as quickly as possible, and hope that HeatShock draws the bombs at the right times, and or, you know, find Dr. Boom and flood the board quickly.
I know why R-Hat took Inner Rage. Because of commencement. He can pop the Divine Shield with Inner Rage.
Genius.
And then clear it off. Cutting class. 2 mana, draw 2, shield block. Oh, and there's that boom.
Well, speak of the devil, Blastmaster Boom, we can actually get a board flood on Hat's side as early as next turn, provided HeatShock doesn't draw these bombs.
Yeah, we're about to see what HeatShock's deck can do here with this turn 7 commencement. Just rip it. Oh, that would have been a good one to hit.
The 2 cards that HeatShock probably wanted to get the most off of commencement were the ones he just drew, but I guess he'll settle for a 12/12 Divine Shield taunt.
Yeah, I guess. But luckily, R-Hat can clear this. Trades his whole board in, Blade Storms. Goes on about his day.
Yeah, unfortunate for Hat's plan to play Blastmaster Boom most likely on this turn, but he can always, of course, just play it on the following turn.
I wonder if there's another line that we could still... Oh, we're going to brawl.
That actually makes a lot of sense here.
Okay.
His brawl is not going to be all that useful for you.
Yeah, unless the 12/12 flips.
I mean, there was a pretty low chance it's 12/12 won, but sometimes you got to just win those most likely favored things and take the chance. And it pays off nicely for Hat here.
Playing out the coin just to not have hand size issues.
Yeah, I would really rather not, you know, burn maybe the second wrench caliber or villager off the top. And here's an opportunity. Upgrade, hit face, Blastmaster Boom. Obviously trading the Lackey to make the most possible space for a whole bunch of 1/1 bombs.
Are you telling me you'd rather have a bomb than a Lackey?
I am telling you that.
You know, HeatShock does have a good answer here. He can just slam this Kargath Prime, kill the 7/7, and go face for 8 if he wants. Just
Yeah, Prime is
bombs.
big. There's an option here. He could also smack the Prime into a bomb and shield slam. Yeah, I think that's what he wants to do.
Consider this a house call.
I'll show you who's boss!
Do try to keep yourselves alive.
Don't know what happened with Brushy and Ron's mics. They may have disconnected. So stand by.
Maybe... No.
So yeah, they're having mic technical difficulties for some strange reason, but our hat with a big move there.
Did we cut out?
There we go. You
Yeah.
guys are back now.
Hey, sorry
Welcome
about
back.
that, folks at home.
You guys were
So-
too quiet there for a second. I was like, what's going on?
I was
Wow,
talking.
HeatShock took a... Yeah, I was too. So HeatShock took a big chance on that Dimensional Ripper. He could have just been dead right there. But it obviously hit what he wanted. And now Hat, with some answers, still going to be able to push damage. And HeatShock's
downed
dead
it.
to a single bomb draw with 5 in deck.
Nah, I never draws Easy life.
Easy game, easy life, never draws it.
And he
If
chucks it.
that had been the roll last turn with the Proto-Dregs, HeatShock
Yeah.
would have just lost the game already, but Hat, with the other lethal burst, doesn't care that 6 bombs are in HeatShock's deck. He's just going to kill him with face damage from a weapon. And there it is. Game 3 going to our Hat.
Yeah, winning unfavorable there, but you know, all of his threats lined up. You know, he hit what you said he should or needed to hit to pull ahead, and get that with that Dr. Boom on 7, or actually it was on 8, I believe.
Yeah, the Dr. Boom draw was massive. I mean, Hat played to all of his outs and knew that he was in an unfavored matchup and just took the correct lines that he needed to take. And HeatShock, unfortunately, didn't find his removal options as fast as he needed to.
Yeah, Hat just went super aggressive the whole time, and you know, maybe he's played this matchup before, and he's like, I just need to just do the most riskiest thing and try to save stuff, and just push as much as possible.
Was the way to go, and now HeatShock once again bringing that big warrior back, and we've got the return of the Rogue Specialists Rogue deck trying to find that final victory to take the series.
Favorite in this one, just matchup to matchup. It's Rogue favored, right?
I think it's maybe slightly on the big warrior side. I don't know, it's pretty close. There's multiple things that both decks can do that give them an edge in different scenarios. Like obviously, you stick an early Edwin and your opponent doesn't have a coerce for it, like what Hat is doing right now. A Blade Storm and Shield Slam can almost clear things up, but Hat very nicely just structuring the health here.
It's a 14-14.
So
No,
HeatShock's only answer would have to be the Coerce, and Hat is just gambling that HeatShock doesn't have a 1-mana card plus a Coerce right now for Edwin. Because he played around Blade Storm extremely well, so HeatShock is not going to be able to clear up the Edwin from a Blade Storm, at least not this turn. He can knock out 2 minions with Shield Slam and Sword and Board, but will not have enough mana for the Blade Storm.
I mean, it's gonna be hard for HeatShock to ever clear that with a Blade Storm. The way that Rogue plays out, especially if our Hat starts dropping lackeys and such.
But Hat's hand actually suggests that he doesn't have anything that he can further protect this Edwin from a Blade Storm with. So HeatShock, if he can absorb this 14 damage one time, and I definitely like the Blade Fist coming out here, dealing with, I figured the 3-4, okay. He is going to debate it on the other one briefly.
Oh, let's make some lackeys.
Yeah, Hat probably just going to want to play the Stunner and the Miscreant.
Don't let the door hit you.
You've got no time to play around a brawl here either. You just need the lackeys to try to structure health again for a Blade Storm play around. As we can see, HeatShock does finally have the... Oh wait, no, he doesn't, because Sword and Board, Hero... Yeah, it won't actually work.
Doesn't have the mana. Or it doesn't have the armor to clear the 1-4.
No tune can hold me.
So HeatShock doing all he can, but Hat just going in with this 14-14 Edwin.
Oh wow. Another Shadow Step. Infinite
Sinister
lackeys.
Strike, though, being so close to lethal. Yeah, I think he just wants damage. He's got a Pexus Blast in hand, too.
Next turn he has 8 bursts in hand.
Trying to continually set up more damage now, protect the Edwin as much as possible. Didn't see a brawl come out, hasn't seen another clear for this. This game over.
Yeah. Turn 3, 14-14s are still good, folks. They're still good.
They're pretty
Yeah,
okay.
so I mean, if Hat doesn't find the 14-14 Edwin, I think this is probably HeatShock favored. But Rogue does crazy Rogue things sometimes.
Yeah.
So we saw the Mage Specialist flex his Mage victory, and then we get to see the Rogue Specialist flex his Rogue victory, doing the most broken things from both classes.
I'll take a 14-14 on turn 3 over literally everything else Mage does.
And that does it.
I mean, Mage would just devolving missiles it, but
Yeah, but what if they don't have it?
Oh, yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, Coerced would have easily dealt with Edwin, but obviously HeatShock didn't have it. So there you go. Hat taking a big win for the pod people, and may have just put them into the playoffs with that victory.
Yeah, because they get the extra points for winning the week. So it puts them 15, 18, 122. Which puts them, yeah, I believe that locks them in for playoffs. So that's a huge win there for our Hat, if I can do math correctly.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Hat might be able to tell us the significance of the win and the playoff picture. Welcome, Hat. Congrats.
Hey,
Nice.
how's it going?
Nice
How's it going, guys?
14-14, dude, on 3. That's good.
Thank you. I'd like to dedicate that game to Dande. I just want to make sure that if he's out there, that Dande did that for you.
Nice. Yeah, Edwin still dodging Hall of Fames like a boss, but really nicely played in those games there. Obviously, the Mage got you early, but then you went on a tear with, of course, the Paladin winning a favorable and then winning the Warrior v Warrior unfavorable before Edwin just did, his thing and carried you home.
Yeah, I had played against HeatShock and I'd seen the Big Warrior before. He tweeted it, and it's a good list. And I know he worked on it with his Washi teammates. I think my lineup was pretty well positioned against it, and I had played against it in Pro. So the Pure Paladin strategy, I think Pure Paladin's honestly underplayed in most Conquest lineups. I think it's honestly better than Libroom sometimes when you're trying to beat control. It's just it's just a pile of beefy stuff all the time. And you saw how much damage those True Silver champions did in the Zealot.
Oh, yeah. It was just pushing so much, and he took a big gamble. He almost lost on the previous turn before you lethaled him, but hit the Scrapyard Colossus. But all it did was just stave off lethal by a turn. He didn't even draw any of the 6 bombs. You just got there with damage in Warrior v Warrior too, in a different game. The Big Warrior was just kind of whiffing.
I think the Rogue matchup was terrible for it, obviously, because the Blackjack Stunner deck beats the Commencement deck. But we didn't need to get to turn 7. We just did it fast.
Yeah, I mean, a Coerce might have turned that whole game around, but
I was hoping not 1-drop Coerce, but he only plays 1 Coerce, or at least did the last time I played against him, so I said it was okay.
Yeah, well, it was very well navigated around the Bladestorm because he was holding Bladestorm and multiple 1-mana things to try to clear up the other minions, but was never able to have enough mana / armor to deal with what that board was presenting. And you just, Edwin does his thing. Not many decks can survive a 14-14 hitting them multiple times.
Yeah, and Bladestorm was pretty clear in my mind because of the ending of the previous game, where 2 7/7 taunts that make 7/7 taunts were not enough to stop a weapon, because Bladestorm does a lot of work.
Yeah, absolutely does. It was nicely done.
Yeah, thank you. It's before this match, I was 0-2-0-6 in THL games this weekend, so I was like, I just don't know. I don't know how to win any more games of Hearthstone, and then this was a nice confidence booster, but also I think that the Big Warrior might not have been as positioned as well, and I kind of had an idea of what was going on there. But also this format is it's very early on post Mage nerf, and it's just a little bit on the more variant side. I've enjoyed playing this season, but I am ready for new cards to come.
Well, I mean, luckily for you, they're just right around the corner. I mean, can't you wait for Yogg to make his fabulous debut? Or return, I should say.
So I understand that the addition of a new Yogg-Saron is not going to reduce variance, but I'm looking forward to some different play patterns in the format.
Wait, I'm sorry, say that again. What?
Yogg-Saron is not going to make the format less random.
Fascinating.
Yeah.
I'm just excited to watch the
You're being
first live.
sarcastic. That's what's happening.
Yeah.
That's
Come
how
on,
we
Ron.
roll
He's just
here.
a hat. He doesn't understand sarcasm. Surprised a hat could even speak. But
I am actually also very excited to see what the new expansion will bring. Yogg shenanigans notwithstanding, that's only it requires a lot of setup, so at least maybe it won't be totally crazy and everyone will be getting randomly pyroblasted to end games, but you never know.
You know how you win with Yogg, right? So you play Demon Hunter, you cast Blur.
Okay,
and
do
then
not
you
Hockey
cast
Boys me.
Yogg.
We're not doing that. This is not an interview with Hockey Boys. That's not what's happening. That is the hockey combo. That happens 1 in 20 games, assuming you play Blur in your deck and assuming you survive to turn 10 with a bunch of spells in a Blur deck. Anyways, there's not an interview about Yogg Saron. This format, the thing about the Skullman's format that I liked a lot at first, but has kind of been difficult to continue to engage with over the entire length of the format, is that the matchups are close, but the games aren't. And so, like, you'll test a matchup and go 5-5, but in the game you lose, you're like, how can I ever win this matchup? And the games you win, you're like, this is not even close to being close. And so I'm grateful that we got some time in it. It's a very balanced and skill-intensive metagame, but some of the matches today, it came down to a 14-14 Edwin and a Dimensional Ripper whiffing. So I'm happy for the win, and we're in playoffs, and I love my team, the Pod People, and they carried me a little bit over the last couple of weeks, and
That's
really excited. That's really excited to see where it goes. Saku, you did great. You're great. All right, you're wonderful.
I love you, man.
Yes, likewise.
Yeah, but congratulations on that big win. Do you know by chance offhand if this actually locks in Pod People for playoffs?
I believe that it does. Okay, hold on. I should clarify. Speaking as commissioner, we don't know until all the matches are in.
This commissioner hat is on. There you go. I like it.
We don't know until all the matches are in. Speaking as a person that has done napkin math and as the captain of the team that hopefully is in playoffs, I'm pretty sure we made it. Pretty sure. Yes. Because that guarantees us 122 points. Only Dad Legend can catch us, which puts us, so we are locked for playoffs.
All right, well, there you have it, THL. Napkin math OP.
Unofficial
napkin
results.
math.
Yes, exactly.
But we need to know where this napkin was from. Is this like a Wendy's napkin? Like a Taco Bell napkin?
Tim Hortons napkin.
We're south of the border, unfortunately, Saku.
Oh,
I
sorry,
wish
buddy.
I'd get a double-double and some Timbits. That would go a long way. But no, it's actually a paper towel from my kitchen. I used it this morning to make coffee.
Nice.
That's
also,
effective.
it's a metaphor. I use Notepad on my computer.
No.
AKA napkin. There you go.
We don't care
strike
about
strike that one from the record.
Yeah.
It's the paper towel.
The paper towel.
All right.
But anything in particular just that you want to give as shout outs before we move on here, Hat?
Shout outs to Pod People. This is our team has been together since season 4. It is season 16.
Wow.
13 seasons. And we've made playoffs a bunch of times. Really happy to run it back. Shout outs to, I think, the longest running member of the team as of right now is Erogio. Been there since season 5. So he's been there with me for a very long time. But Wicked Good, Starlax, Saku, you're all great. We did it. We did it, fam.
We in.
Playoffs.
We in.
3 more
unofficially.
matches.
Yep.
Just win 3 more matches. It'll be fine.
Yeah. Easy. Just like that.
And I'd like to give a shout out, of course, to the content creators that make THL what it is. People that put on shows like this. Takes a lot of time, takes a lot of energy. BrushyTuna, I know, stays up late at night thinking of new creative ways to burn Ron on stream for you, THL.
That's true. Instead of sleeping, he stares at a ceiling for 3 hours coming up with new things.
I have on documented record that he does not sleep because I've had to yell at him to go to sleep.
You gotta admire the guy's commitment.
See the each stucco circle that's on the ceiling. He's got a new saying for Ron. So.
Yeah, he's got the ceiling of his mind just covered in new burns.
Yep.
For you, THL. If you're watching, if you're listening, just think about the amount of energy that takes because it's really hard to make fun of RonMexico. He does everything well, but Brushy finds a way. Well, almost everything well. I have seen him play Battlegrounds. I don't know.
Oh,
yeah, I was actually about to say that. I was like, have you seen Ron play Battlegrounds when Murlocs are banned?
It was well set up.
Yeah, Megasaur got rotated, by the way. Sorry, Ron.
Oh, I stopped playing Battlegrounds. Pour one out for Megasaur.
Yeah, rip.
Oh my. Well, thanks
again,
Hat.
Fam. Yeah, thank you so much for casting, and shout outs to HeatShock GG. It's always a pleasure to play you.
Yeah.
And big shout outs to gosh, I don't remember the name of the team we're playing this week. What team am I playing? Diamonds
Diamonds
Alleycats. Great
Alleycats,
opponents. Great opponent. Shout outs Diamonds Alleycats.
Awesome. Thanks so
Sweet.
much, Hat.
Cool. Later, guys.
Take care, Hat.
Later.
He's always fun.
That was probably the funniest thing I've heard in a while.
That was a fantastic interview.
See, that's how you keep Brushy quiet, man. You just got to talk about all the burns that are on the ceiling. So
I was just not ready for our Hat to come at me like that. Or come at really both of us like that.
Yeah. So right now with I haven't had
Donde just joined chat just in time for the interview.
I know, right?
Oh,
he's gonna like it.
Hear it.
Hi,
Yeah.
Donde.
Perfect.
But anyways, let's,
So
go
up
on.
over to the next match.
Yeah. We got Dardarbinks from the Challengestoners
Pow.
taking on Itachi from F2L Black. Dardar has brought Demon Hunter, Paladin, Rogue, Warrior. Itachi has brought Demon Hunter, Hunter, Paladin, Warrior. And just for folks so they know, so they're not confused, this is no longer Conquest. This is now last hero standing format. So if you win with a deck, you keep playing with it until it lose. You lose with a deck, that deck is gone. Out of here. Ron, thoughts on the matchup?
So this one is really interesting, and there's a nice little wrinkle in this match too, because of the way that the matches have gone so far. Challengestoners is losing to F2L Black 10-12 in points. So not only does Dardar need to win in order for Challengestoners to make it through to the next step of the playoffs, but he also needs to win with a 3-1 or better. So only a 3-1 or a sweep will actually lock things up for Challengestoners and allow them to advance. Otherwise, F2L Black with just 2 points from Itachi will still win the week against Challengestoners and advance to the next round. That being said, when we look at the classes here, we've got a Demon Hunter, Paladin, Rogue, Warrior from Dardar, and a Demon Hunter, Hunter, Paladin, Warrior from Itachi. So once again, we've got 3 similar classes from players here. Demon Hunter, Paladin, Warrior, all a consensus for our show matches for tonight, with the difference being Dardar bringing Rogue and Itachi bringing Hunter.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Dardar just stole our Hat's lineup, pretty much is what it looks like. But, but you know, in last hero standing as well, like Paladins are usually like the most banned class, so I can assume that we won't be seeing Paladin just because its matchup spread versus everything is pretty close to 50-50 or better. It has very low matchups where it is like unfavorable, say the mage, and there's no mage here, so I think you can safely say that this Paladin from both sides are most likely going to just be gone and banned out of here.
Yeah, it's a good point, especially when you think about this type of series. Again, this is the last hero standing format, which hey, I made it. Which means, of course, that once you win with the class, it stays up, and that can be far more dangerous and something that makes bans a lot more important when it comes down to what you think you're going to do. Because if you leave a Paladin up, it can easily just have that ability to tear through your entire lineup. Paladin is extremely good against both Demon Hunter and Warrior, which both sides brought. So it does absolutely suggest that we might just be seeing a double Paladin ban here.
Yeah, absolutely. And you hit the nail right on the head there, where the bans in last hero standing are way more important than they are in Conquest. Because if there's 2 decks that you want to ban in Conquest, it's only going to get 1 win and then it's gone. So it's like, oh well. But you mess up your ban in last hero standing, and that could just be a 3-0, just like that.
Right. Yeah, just think of all those times where you've seen 3-0 and the class that swept. Well, you could have banned that class. So maybe it was the incorrect ban, maybe not, because there were 2 classes that were highly capable of a sweep as well, and it just puts you in a dangerous spot. So there's a lot of pre-planning that goes into a hero series ban, I think, more than in other series.
Yeah, absolutely. It definitely it definitely is like most of your prep work in hero is like, what is the correct ban here?
And then, of course, Q order to follow. Like, okay,
Yeah.
I anticipate that he leads with this because I might lead with this, so then I have to counter this with the other thing. And it's some pretty interesting like levels of psychology that come into play
Yep.
between the two players, guessing what the other person's going to do. And then once the actual matches start getting played, a lot of times, funny enough, most of that thinking kind of falls out of it, and it's just like, okay, well, they have this one and they're required to bring this one because they just won with it, so I'll bring
Yep.
the class that counters that one, and back and forth we go.
Yeah, my favorite thing in watching Last Hero Standing is when an unfavorable wins wins a matchup. You know, you bring a matchup that's like supposed to be like 80% in your favor, and then you end up losing it, and then you just like the whole series just turns on its head because you just, you know, you lost one of those matchups that you're like, oh yeah, I'll be good, I'll take this one, and you went from being on the front half of it, and then you're on the back foot, like, oh no, like how do I come back? So that's another part of Last Hero Standing that I love seeing too, is when those unfavorables win, and then it's like now your whole strategy is just like revamped, and you have to rethink about it. And you're like, oh no, like
Yeah.
I was supposed to use this deck to beat this deck, but it just lost here. So
yeah, and to really like illustrate that point, just looking at the outcomes for this week of Hero Playoffs, we've got like Wild Aces versus Ask HS with a 3-0, 3-0, 3-1, and then Challengestoners F2L, we've got 3-3-2s and then 1 sweep. So you see how easy it can either just tip one way. Oh, I got through with an unfavorable win, and now it just snowballs, and I win the next 2, and it's a 3-0. Or it's I won with this deck, and now it got countered. Now that gets countered, and so on. And it oftentimes will lead to either sweeps or 5-game series, which is really interesting to see that it's gone exactly that way through the first 4 games of Challengestoners F2L.
yeah, absolutely, and that's the other part of another great thing of Last Hero Standing is you do get a lot of Game 5 like heartaches, and you're like, man, you know, you go through it every week because you're like, wow, my Q order was great, but I had to go to Game 5 no matter what to take this series.
Game 5 heartaches? I have no idea what you're talking about. That's never
never.
So
no one's ever gone through that.
Yeah, we're just waiting for Itachi and Dardar to I see Itachi online now, and Dardar's just going through their deck lists right now, so it should be shortly before we can get their game on the roll.
Well, in fairness, you know, Hat and HeatShock did wrap up pretty lightning fast.
Like they normally do. Yep.
Surprising given that it was, Big Warrior was featured in so many of those games, and you'd expect those games to go a little bit longer. But yeah, we just raced through those games, so Dardar and Itachi need a little bit more time. I think we can give it to them, considering the implications of the match. You know, it's only do or die playoffs, make the finals.
You know, let the players have their time. I mean, we did just probably something like, if you had to like rank the fastest like players in THL right now, Hat and HeatShock, every time I watch them, it's just like the cards just are like immediately swung out of their hand and turned before you even know what's happening. And you're like, oh, how did you even think of this turn? Like, this turn was so complicated, but you did it in 7 seconds.
Yeah,
like that's incredible.
That's a good question out there for THLers. Who do you think is the fastest? And I guess with their fast play is more accurate player. It's got to be like, I know Ox is pretty fast.
Me.
Robobson's fast.
Me.
Hat.
I mean, I'd have to go Hat as like the fastest player in THL.
I'm still saying me. You think
Naturally.
I think?
Tuna says Tuna.
Yeah. Wait a minute. You think I think while I'm playing Hearthstone? No, I see card, I throw card.
Oh.
I realize it was wrong card.
Ooh, this one's green.
Yeah, see? Oh, especially when there's a golden one in my hand.
Ooh, this one's got a yellow border.
Yeah.
Let me play this one real quick. What does this say? Zephyr? Zeph? What?
Yeah,
Wait,
I don't even know what it says.
Why am I being presented 3 options? What is? All right, all of them are green. I don't know the middle one.
Yeah, but it probably is. It probably is Hat though, of just like terms of being fast and being good at the same time. But yeah, I would not recommend it for people on the average. These are those the average player. I mean, obviously, Hat and HeatShock have like
billions
a
of games.
billion games under their belt. Yeah, so they're able to do it because they've just been doing this for so long. But if you're new to Hearthstone and new to the tournament scenery, I would definitely take your time, take a breath, keep going. But once you get there, maybe you'll get up to RHAT speed. But you can say what Ron's a slow player because he's a boomer, so you could say at Ron's level. It's nothing.
Hey, look,
nothing wrong with that.
The rope is there for a reason. It's for
Exactly.
the old and slow folks like me that have trouble even just moving the mouse.
Yeah, I mean, just do whatever you're comfortable with. If you're comfortable playing fast, play fast. If you're comfortable playing slow, play slow. It's all up to that.
Sometimes the cast morphs into lessons from Uncle Tuna. You're welcome, THL.
Uncle Tuna?
I don't know.
Man, I'm not old enough to be nobody's uncle here. But I'll take it. I'm now Uncle Tuna. I'm changing my name in the Discord server. But anyways, let's get back. Let's see if we can guess these exact 30 for 30 here, Ron. I'll take Dardar. You take Itachi. What are you thinking for exact deck list from these players or from
okay.
Itachi?
Nice. Well, I'll take the Demon Hunter for Dardar then first.
What? What? No, I said you guess Itachi's. Like guess.
No. I want to guess Dardar. Because I literally just played Dardar in Pro. So
that's
it's like
why
really
I wanted you to have
a whole lot
Itachi.
easier.
That's why I wanted you to have
cheat. No, I want to cheat.
You think I looked at your replays? Or the Pro where you were playing against? Nah. Not your captain or anything.
All right, fine. I predict that both players then have the identical Demon Hunter list.
Yeah.
And let's go card for card on that list then. So we got Consume Magic in the Demon Hunter. 2 Pen Flingers.
This is not what I meant at all, but I like this.
Stall tactics.
Let's see. What else should we run in that list?
Let's just end it at this at Demon Hunter. Do you think Itachi is running double Pen Flinger or 1 Pen Flingers Consume Magic or the Horde Pillager with the Pen Flingers? What do you think of those ones that he's
I think it probably goes double Pen Flinger.
Yeah, especially if you ban that Paladin. Unless you're expecting Big Warrior to come out, you really don't need the Consume Magic either in these matchups here. So maybe we will see 1 Consume Magic, but double Pen Flinger is just
like if I had to guess at full lineups for the players too, it's probably like Soul DH for Itachi, maybe Highlander, Face Hunter, the Broom Paladin that's probably getting banned, and Warriors all over the place and hard to predict. But given that he could be banning the Paladin, I wouldn't be surprised to see even just like a Big Warrior on both sides, because generally Big Warrior is favored in Warrior mirrors as well as being heavily favored versus DH.
Yeah, absolutely. I also like I honestly also liked maybe a Control Warrior actually from Itachi. I personally like Control Warrior into Rogue and Demon Hunter, and then you just got to understand what exactly the matchup is for the Warrior mirror, and you can get there a lot of times in the Control Warrior versus any matchup as well, except for Big Warrior. That's one that you kind of always lose to.
I could see that. I could see both players running Sticky Finger as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's the other great part of these closed deck list formats is you can throw in these spicy little tech cards and no one's gonna see it coming until it happens. So yeah, I could definitely see with the Paladin ban, especially Dardar. I can see Dardar for sure having Sticky Fingers hidden somewhere throughout most of his list or 6 Swampoos, because Itachi has 3 weapons classes after the Paladin ban of the Demon Hunter, Hunter Warrior. So weapon removal is a high priority, I think, for Dardar to tech in. But and on the other side of Itachi too, you got Demon Hunter and Warrior, and if it's Weapon Rogue, that's possibly also 3 huge weapon classes.
Do you think that we'll see a Weapon Rogue though? What do you actually anticipate we see as a rogue from Dardar?
Probably the rogue that we just saw from RHAT, that Miracle Secret Rogue. It just does the best with questings and Edwins, as we just saw with a 14/14 on turn 3. But that's how you steal a lot of games as rogue. Is you're just like, all right, here's my 12/12, deal with it, and you just steal games on turn 3, 4, or 5, and I think that's one of the biggest perks to rogue. But sometimes weapon rogue just gets there. The amount of damage in weapon rogue is very consistent and sometimes very fast as well.
True. Yeah, I can see possibly a weapon rogue, but I would also anticipate most likely we see the secret miracle version.
Yeah, I think if you're Dardar, I don't think you bring weapon rogue just expecting some sort of weapon tech already from Itachi. I think it would just be a detriment to your own game plan to bring weapon rogue here. But you know, Dardar is X-1 now on the THL season. Somehow, you know, his pro opponent cheated earlier, but we won't talk about that.
I mean, I got some high rolls. It happens. he was just getting his bad luck out of the way early, I think.
Yeah.
So
you go undefeated long enough and bad luck appears.
Yeah, just a quick update. So Dardar and Itachi are chit-chatting right now, so I haven't seen them challenge up yet, but they are in the process. Oh, preparing the Battle of Friends. So
underway.
They are now about to fight each other.
That's right. Yeah. So for our viewers out there, Itachi is going to be the first to spectate, aka on the bottom of your screen, and we have Dardarbinks at the top. So once we get bans, we'll be able to tell those players to hammer it out.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, Ron, I know you're happy to see this, that Itachi is the only one from F2L Black that did not bring Priest this week.
What a guy. Good guy, Itachi. You love to see it.
Did you craft your golden? I can't remember.
Mirror?
Yeah, Soul Mirror. There you go.
I still have my golden soul mirror. Yeah.
Okay.
You should disenchant it. You should disenchant it next time Dande's in.
No, it's a trophy.
It's a trophy.
I like to have it sitting there collecting dust just cause.
Wow, amazing.
Pow. There you go.
Pow. But
do we have the bands in yet?
Not yet. They're still going through the motions.
Come on, man.
Thinking
Saku would have
on
let
the
us know,
bands.
man.
You're right. My bad, Saku. I apologize for questioning
Saku
you.
like that. Come on, man.
I think you guys should duel for it. If we ever could, that would be awesome.
Duel? Like
duel mode versus each other. Yes, that would be awesome.
Well, I mean, Ron would first have to get to my level of being undefeated through the first couple waves of duels. But, you know, once Ron gets good at Hearthstone, we'll try it.
Don't hold your breath.
I get 299 points so far. Oh, we got bans now.
Ooh, fancy.
Ooh, what you got, Saku? What you got?
So, Dardar banned Itachi's Warrior.
What?
And Itachi banned Dardar's Paladin.
Okay.
So Itachi goes with the Paladin ban, and Dardar going a little sneakier here. I thought that Paladin would be likely from Dardar as well, but I can understand banning Warrior. Honestly, throughout all of Hero, the top two ban classes all season long have been either Paladin or Warrior. So it's not a huge surprise to see that he felt maybe slightly more comfortable playing against Paladin than against Warrior and wanted to just get that out of the bit.
Okay.
So I wonder, I guess that means Dardar thinks his Rogue matchup is going to be pretty good into the Paladin then.
I mean, generally Rogue is the counter for Paladin, at least in like HS replay stats. How it's actually played out doesn't often feel like that, but Dardar's a very strong player and maybe just trusts his Rogue v Paladin matchup.
Yeah, I think based on that ban, I think we might see Rogue first from Dardar.
I'd say that'd be kind of risky because he may just honestly be holding it specifically as the Paladin counter queue.
I don't know. I still like Rogue depending on the Rogue into a lot of these matchups too. Outside of the Hunter one. The Hunter one's like who goes fastest in the Rogue versus Hunter matchup. But
true. Yeah, it's going to be very interesting given these bans to see what the players are going to lead off with, which is very much influential in determining the outcome of the match. And it looks like they're queuing up.
Yep. I don't know if Itachi's... Do you guys have Itachi's eyeball glowing?
No.
Neither do I.
There we go. All right, we got the eyeball now for Itachi.
Okay.
Let's get in there. Probably going to be a little late. Probably missed mulligans, but that's okay.
Nope, not yet.
Oh,
At least Itachi's still deciding on the mull. I don't know if
he probably saw that we weren't in and waited. Good guy, Itachi.
nice.
Nice.
Warrior versus.
So we've got a demon hunter for Itachi versus a warrior for Dardarbinks, and seeing Barov shield block Deathwing, that pretty much gets run in most warrior decks. So it's not totally decided yet, other than it's probably not big warrior given that it's Barov in this hand.
Yeah, so we're still looking at bomb or control at this point.
I'm gonna be blown away if it's actually big warrior running
A
Barov.
random bear off. Yeah.
All right, well, to no
right
one's
back.
surprise, these minions are not running a big warrior deck. It is not big warrior from Dardar. I could maybe see Dardar going with the Enraged Warrior, given that we've already seen a Skipper and a Quartermaster here. It could be Bomb as well, the Skipper Bomb version, but otherwise it may just be like the more popularized recent Monsanto Enraged Warrior that runs the clean weapons, the Reaper
Did it run
side.
Blade Storm? I don't think so.
And Corsair Cash, we'll find out if it's not Anchor, what deck he's running. If it's Anchor, we still have to guess.
We still have to be confused for at least 4 more turns.
What now?
Dardar really thinking here about hero power or playing that cash. Curious what he's thinking about.
I mean, he may just be trying to plan out future turns, just trying to take it. Oh, it's Anchor. Now we don't know. Come on. Come on, Hearthstone.
Head fake.
Take that, Ron.
Yeah.
Thanks. It can still be control. But Saku is declared bomb.
All right, and Itachi just going in with the game plan he pretty much wants to do early. Playing out, but actually holds back the Jailer. I thought he was going to play that here.
Nah, you go into turn 3. I mean, I guess you're fine with them wasting a Blade Storm on that, but I think that's what Itachi was thinking. It's like, nah, I don't want my 1/3s to get Blade Storm yet.
So Dardar playing the Anchor, and this looks like Control Warrior because of the Rattlegore draw.
I already said that, Ron. Thanks for listening, but go on.
Oh, whoops.
Wow.
Sometimes
Ron
I just tune you
not
out.
Listening to me? That's
Pow.
impeccable. Pow.
Oh, the brotherly
It's
love
Ron.
that's all up in here.
What are you talking about?
So we're likely going to see Itachi go in with the coin Marrow Slicer on the next turn here.
I actually think he holds the coin. Just because the skull's already in outcast position, so you can
Just
skull
keep
on
going
5.
slow. He wants to coin the skull on 5.
Yep, and that's what we're gonna
Playing
see.
the Jailer here now. Thought maybe he would have held the Jailer on the last turn because he was trying to set up for a skull and didn't want more frags in deck. But yeah, just kind of an interesting
never draw the
early
frags.
game line from Itachi here.
You never draw the frags. You're good.
Easy.
Easy. You just pray to RN Jesus and don't draw the frags, and then win game.
And here we go, Dardar drawing more pirates.
Will break your
Let's see what we find with the Lackey.
Dante Lackey.
I'm sure he's still out there. He did it for you, Dante.
No, I'm 100% sure Dante logged off after our hat said that Edwin was for you, Dante.
Touche. It's probably true.
Yep.
We heard about the Edwin and went into a tilt spiral. We'll hear about it tomorrow.
All right, we draw one of the soul fragments, 3 left in deck.
I thought you said we never draw the frags.
Not when you cast skull. This is
Oh,
pre-skull.
okay.
Yeah, come on. Listen with your ears, Ron. Gosh.
Sure.
Sure.
So now should be the Marrow Slicer turn. We would expect here.
Maybe.
I don't think we'll be seeing anything else. Anything else is just like overcommitment of resources in hand.
Considering some options, or possibly just trying to plot out what the future turns are going to be. The curve, at least, is very nice with Marrow Slicer into Lapidary
I know
into
there's a
Skull, which
way.
is very much what Soul DH likes to do.
Nah, we're sculling before. Ooh. Okay.
Going with the Twin Slice.
Interesting.
Prioritizing removing this minion.
We could have still done that with the Marrow Slicer, and we just would have left a 1/1 on the board.
The reasoning must be to just get less frags for dodging a low roll, so you can play Lapidary on 5, and then Skull comes out on, or just coining Skull now and just didn't want more frags in the deck pre-Skull.
You left the deck, you would have went up to 5. You maybe hit 1. I don't think you should have been that worried.
What do you mean maybe hit 1? I thought we never draw them with the Skull.
Yeah, you're right. We don't. But I said, you know, if this was you, Ron, you would draw all of them off your Skull. Easy. But you know, I think we still should have Marrow Slicer last turn, because now we hit some Playbound Adepts and stuff like that off our Skull. Now we're like,
oh wow, Dardar getting another risky skipper. That's 3 skippers in hand for Dardar after that. Sky Raider just generated 1. Dardar, I feel like he's cheating now. You're not supposed to have 3 skippers.
I mean, that's how you got the ain't no, right?
Smart.
This guy cheated.
And Itachi indeed immediately ripping the Skull here.
On Maker. Oh, it hits the other Skull. And Kane. See, I told you, Ron. You never
draw it.
The
Never draw it.
Yeah, and pretty solid outcome for the Skull here for Itachi. Discounting another Skull feels quite good for the DH.
If he... Oh, I guess there's not really...
Hold on. Excuse me? The top deck, Dardar, Silas Dark Moon in a playoff deciding match. You love to see it.
I like it too.
It's incredibly good. Yeah. I was testing out the other day on Ladder, and it feels super strong in this show.
So, does that mean Dardar's actually running a Soulbound Ash Tongue?
No, I think it's just pure tempo sake. You know, they play like a minion that you can't deal with. It also helps with the Paladin matchup as well.
Mm-hmm.
You know, maybe they'll buff up one guy too big, and then you just rotate the board and steal that one giant guy. You know,
I can't wait to see the Ash Tongue. It's happening. I'm calling it now. He runs it.
Sure. You think you'd bring a meme OTK to a decider playoff match, Ron?
Well, it's just 1 extra card. Well, 2 extra cards, but you were already saying that Silas was reasonable enough on his own as an inclusion and not a meme. So really, you're just running a 1-of that happens to be an alternate win condition. I don't think it's actually like a full meme necessarily.
It's a meme. There's Standard Warrior doesn't gain enough. Oh my goodness. Hit a Twin Slice off the Wand Maker. But anyway, Standard Warrior doesn't gain enough armor consistently enough to...
Skipper, Armor Smith, Bloodsworn Merc. I'm just saying it's a possibility.
Like 18. Listen, man, I'm just saying. On average.
Yeah, and you have double Shield Slam.
You know what, Ron? I'll tell you what. If we see the Ash Tongue, I will... I don't know what I'm gonna do yet, but I'll do something.
All right, so Dardar here, just gonna gain some armor, draw a card, presumably hovering this shield block.
Yep.
There's a real card in Galakron.
Real card, right? Because the other card is not a real card.
No,
they're all fake.
Yeah.
They're all fake cards. Thanks, Ron.
I got a trade using one of the skippers now just to deal with this Wand Maker. See what. Do we get another skipper? No, it's a Sapper.
Sapper not too good in this matchup. Really doesn't do anything. It's just a 4-mana 4/4.
And Itachi just clearing up this minion and gonna throw a lot of damage face here now.
Yeah. Knock off all the armor that Dardar's built up.
crucially moves Skull much closer to being outcast for more draws. There's a Bloodsworn Merc. Figure one of the two ideal uses of Bloodsworn would be to copy that Rattle Gore in hand for Dardar, which you can get down shortly.
Yeah, luckily
Could
for
just
Itachi,
tempo the Silas now and steal a 5/5.
you could, which is honestly not bad. I kind of like that actually over like this Galakrond.
Dardar just wants to get the Galakrond in now, so giving up on that hero power for that's a beefy Zeph.
Right, now that we've seen the second Shield Slam go, I doubt we'll see there's an Ashtong.
Yeah, fair enough. We'll probably not see an Ashtong.
I mean, I don't think we were ever seeing the Ashtong.
Fine.
But,
Fine,
you know,
be that way.
I mean, it's a meme, Ron. It's a meme. Oh, Itachi using the Consume Magic to draw a card. This Rattlegore now in Dardar's Veins' hand is a lot more free to play when he has the opportunity to.
Yeah, I don't think Itachi has really been given any kind of tip-off yet to expect a Rattlegore. Because Rattlegore is not often run alongside decks that run Skipper, except for, specifically the heavier control version.
Yeah.
It might just not be expecting Rattlegore. Really wanted to move that Skull to Outcast as soon as possible. So wasn't wanting to rely on, counterplay, but just furthering his own game plan. Altruis could be quite insane with Penflinger's set.
Enough time.
Yeah, it just always bounces back to an outcast position. It does 2 damage for the 1 mana of Penflinger.
And here it is. The Rattlegore.
Just screams his way onto the battlefield.
Hey, he's always screaming.
That man's in constant agony.
All right, here comes more damage from Itachi. He says, all right, you're going to use your 9 mana turn to throw this massive, never able to be removed minion on the board other than silence. Well, time to go face.
Yeah. Let me send 9 to your face. Down to 15 now.
Big find for Itachi here, though. Not only does he have the Armor Smith, he also has double Merc in hand and double Skipper. That is a ton of armor and copies. He has multiple different options that he can use on this turn. I think in every sense, we're always seeing Skipper and an Armor Smith and Bloodsworn coming down.
Skipper, Armor Smith, Bloodsworn, copy the Armor Smith. Bloodsworn, copy the Rattlegore. Right? Do we have the board space for that? Yeah.
Yeah.
And now
that's just an insane turn.
The Rattlegore. Yeah.
Massive armor and 2 9 attack minions that are just going to keep going face from here on out.
Yeah, because I don't even want to trade things. But Dardar elects to. You were sitting at almost 40 health before that. Or actually, you were sitting at like 42 health before that. So I don't think there was a reason to even trade into that 5/5 or 5/2 at the time.
Yeah, but this looks like just a game-ending turn, honestly, from Dardar. I think Itachi's Soul DH is just out of luck at this point.
And maybe comes back to, using that Consume Magic at the time he did.
Turn before, yeah.
Yeah, it was an understandable play to want to just get the Consume Magic out of hand to draw from Skull, and got instantly punished with Rattlegore hitting the board and then getting copied. And now there's just massive damage that seems close to impossible to remove.
I mean, we can Blade Dance this, but there's still 16 power.
Now they're 8/8s.
Yeah.
That man's still screaming.
It's constant pain. Oh, he stubbed his toe on a bookshelf earlier. And it's just bothering him all day.
Yeah, I blame Minzy for that one.
Puts him to 14. There's no Zeph lethals, even with Wind Fury.
Zeph is active right now? Wow, so yeah, 14 off. Zeph, there shouldn't be any way to find it, right?
No.
Even
Bloodlust +6, Fireball +6, Lava, Wind Fury +8, still off by 6. So yeah, they're
Dardar just has it next turn.
Nobody loots these ruins but me.
I was just gonna play it now. Is he trying to guarantee the Wind Fury? Just wants Wind Fury right now for max damage.
Yeah. Gets it. Unless he wanted the acidic Swampoos. Yeah, that makes more sense. Take away the...
right. Of course. Just take away healing.
Yeah.
Very smart.
Silly Ron. Why don't you see the play? I call it.
Nicely done by Dardar, and again, we're just kind of waiting for the end in this game. Itachi naturally is going to stubbornly play this out because you don't want to concede. Feels like there's still a chance, but this game I think is effectively pretty much over.
Yeah.
Oh, always Refa.
Always. Except not Refa.
We see the power of this Soul DH here. Look at all of this damage. Altruis, or Twin Slices, and Pen Flinger just going nuts. Has the other lifesteal weapon for a little bit more healing, just to block the immediate lethal for the next turn. Well, he could find a Lackey off the Lance for lethal, potentially, if he wants to just play Lance Hero Power and swing. A Rush Lackey or Shoot Lackey would do it. Choose to draw first.
He's off by 6. Off by 3.
The Hero Power, he's off by 1. Lance Hero Power 16 on board.
I wasn't counting the Lance. You're right. I'll give you that one, Ron. Well played.
So now, I mean, I'm pretty sure we just see the Lance and Power swing in. Is he concerned about being at 22 health here?
Probably not with 4 cards left in Itachi's hand. But okay, I guess he is.
Doesn't want to press the button here. Would have been lethal with that Lackey, actually, if he had pressed the button, but Dardar just going a much more conservative route here. This, of course, was just maybe a safer overall line to try to guarantee that there's no way he can lose rather than going for the win, and it's still a respectable play because, hey, those are Rattlegores on the board.
Yeah,
I finally sees it.
He was in such a commanding position that I don't think it really mattered what he did that turn. He probably still takes that no matter what.
That may have just been the most strictly correct play to try to block any possible way of losing because you're always winning the longer the game goes.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense too. Just take the safest line. Take the line that auto wins you the game. Not auto wins, but the best position to.
But nicely done by Dardar as he gets this control warrior through, and the warrior will stay up. And now it is up to Itachi for his next class to bring. You have to imagine that the paladin is going to be coming out as the counter to warrior.
Yeah, absolutely. We 100% see the paladin here. I don't think we'll be seeing that hunter. Unless for some reason Itachi feels that maybe whatever hunter he has does well into this and he can keep his paladin in the back pocket.
Yeah, that sounds needlessly risky, though. I think it's just you queue up the paladin and go.
Save your hunter for the rogue matchup, maybe, if it comes down to that.
Yeah, Hunter, I mean, probably is best just used to beat the rogue because Hunter versus DH is, well, if it's Highlander Hunter, it's kind of a toss-up. It might even have shifted to slightly Hunter favored, but it's close either way. And we do indeed see the Paladin from Itachi in game 2.
Yep, and it looks like it's the pure version. I think with that Murgogo.
Well, he's got Salet's Pride, so I'd say it's Broom.
Oh, my computer does not show me. Did he just mold that super fast?
He might have. I don't know what you were seeing, but I see a really strong start actually from Itachi's hand here with the Aldor Attendant on 1, the Murger on 2, and the Pride on 3.
Oh, I
It's
don't.
kind of the ideal Broom Paladin start.
I'm just looking at an Aldor and a Murger.
Weird,
Ron,
yeah, it must not have caught up on
I
your.
can't
Oh,
see.
thanks, Hearthstone client.
Oh, see, I see a Libra of Hope.
Wait, he mulled the Pride.
I never saw a Pride, so I don't know what you're talking about.
I cannot wait to read
Am I hallucinating a Pride?
Maybe.
I swear I saw the Pride.
I have no idea, Ron. Soccer Pride? Did we lose soccer? Is it?
Are we just
What
going
is-
crazy here?
Are we-
All right. Well, anyway, Itachi placed the Aldor attendant on 1. We're just gonna move on, and on the other side, Dardar here with not really any option but pass.
Yeah, no risky skipper, no armor smiths yet for Dardarbinks. Oh, there's
a loot hoarder. So
okay.
Sorry, I
very
was
much is not pure.
I was AFK, so I didn't see the line either. So
Okay. Well, I assume there's a line now after that loot.
No worries. I'm sure that I didn't hallucinate the Pride because
It seemed
Itachi
that way,
just played a
Ron.
loot hoarder.
I'm gonna be
I was getting a little nervous.
Ron in his old age starting to see some things that no one else is seeing.
Been seeing things again.
That's all right. This is definitely Broom Paladin for sure. There's probably a Pride somewhere hidden in the deck that only Ron has seen.
So Dardar just gonna throw out a Battle Rage here on 2 just for a single draw.
Yeah, I mean he needs it. There's nothing really going on in his hand. He needs to find his risky skipper and armor smiths.
Oh,
have a chance.
Oh wow! And Itachi getting Murlocs from the first day of school. These Murlocs are going to school, and this one can give poisonous to 4 different things. That's absurd.
What do you think Murloc school is like, Ron?
Murgler would be my
Thank you.
guess.
Thank you.
I mean, you asked.
I did not
and Ron told.
expect you to answer that way. To be completely honest, I was be like, "Well, I assume they have math or something, right?" But you just Murloc. I thought that was gonna go, but oh man.
All right, so on Dardar's side, we've got an evil quartermaster. Most likely that's hits the board, and it does. Taunt Lackey being the find off of this. Probably not exactly what Dardar was hoping for, but not too bad, given that, a lot of this deck just wants to survive, and getting taunts is good.
Yeah, it's probably hoping to get like a spell Lackey to maybe find like a brawl here in the next couple turns.
Yeah, I think the ideal one is always Spell Lackey. That's what you're hoping for.
Yeah, and certain matchups you like Draconic Lackey too, but this one's definitely the Spell Lackey matchup. Loot Hoarder dies, finds a Loot Hoarder. Keeping the cycle going here for this Broom Pally.
Yeah, Itachi just really finding nice draws here in this early going. And Dardar, a handful of cards, but facing a lot of awkwardly dealt with pressure.
Yeah, he could take a little bit more from this board, and the next turn a Blade Storm clears it up because everything will be at 1 health except for the Divine Shield Murloc.
Most likely the plan, given the Dormant is about to awaken.
Yep.
Which will actually lock out the board too. So Dardar knows if he plays nothing on the board, he takes a maximum of 6 damage?
Yeah, takes 6 damage unless there's a Libra Wisdom or something in Tachi's hand or that he draws here in the next turn.
So a very real consideration to not play anything else and just wait here for Dardar.
There's consideration to also like Shield Slam, but we can do that next turn. Shield Slam just take off the Divine Shield, but yeah, we can always do it this turn.
All right, and of course Itachi is now board locked, so here comes 6 damage and a pass. And now on the other side, Dardar most likely going to rip that Blade Storm and deal with all these 1 health minions.
Yeah, everything but the Divine Shield one, and we'll see how if he wants to respect that anyway. But I assume we'll just see Blade Storm and then the cash to hopefully hit the Ankar there to start finding the risky skippers.
Sad that we might not be seeing any of that sweet Toxfin value.
It's okay. You know, it's just a high roll that we don't get to see.
It would have been hilarious, but unlikely to actually have a payoff. I mean, I guess he could hold it all game for the prime.
Yeah, true. Hey, Ron.
There's the pride. I'm so glad I wasn't hallucinating.
It's so funny. We just like, hey, Itachi, did you run a pride in your deck? And he goes, no. All right, and there's the first lead of the game here for Itachi at the Lemur Wisdom, or first play of one.
Yep, and throws down the pride right away, buffs the minion, presses the button, sends some face damage, and back on you, warrior.
Ooh. So an Ankar pickup for turn after the Corsia Cash last turn got the Livewire Lance. See.
It looks like
A lot of Dardar's hand is just bleh.
probably just wants to play the anchor, right? Just to make sure you draw those skippers.
Let's see what else he's gonna do with his turn here.
And hits the 1/1, ignoring the other two minions because both of their death rattles represent things that Dardar does not really want to have happen. Itachi drawing, brooms and penflingers, or putting a massive difficult minion and a full board of summons in Itachi's deck.
Yeah, and it also gives him the Lemur Wisdom back, which allows him to replay and start beefing up that Lady Lealdrin later in the match.
So Dardar finally going to play the Sky Raider here then.
Someone's gotta lead the charge.
Using the coin to not burn a card, and actually deckhand will have an active ability with these weapons, so not a bad find from the Sky Raider.
Not at all. I mean, you could use it as removal as well with most of the Broom Pally's deck, so it's actually a really nice pickup.
And here's a broom being drawn from Itachi, making the likelihood of the pride actually drawing penflingers even higher. We may just want to see Itachi want to trade this pride in right now to get that draw.
Maybe. I think there's also a chance that you just go face with it, and just leave it on the warrior to answer all your threats.
Reporting for duty.
But as it happens, Itachi does decide to trade it in, gets the draw, and just going to float 5 mana here with pushing a slight amount of damage and pressing the button. Yeah, given the clunkiness of the hand, maybe it would have just been better to actually send that pride in face, expecting it gets cleared anyway.
Yeah.
Just so you push a little bit more now, because the 1/2 is not threatening.
Yeah, and I also don't like leaving warriors with any kind of armor if I have a chance to knock it off.
We've got a deckhand lead from Dardar. Going to get rid of that prime on the board. Funny enough, the prime goes into deck right before turn 8, allowing the possibility of it being instantly top deck played.
That's right. Dardar has a brawl in hand if it is played here shortly.
Yeah, he wouldn't really mind if it comes out. You're clearing up basically everything but one thing, and it is not top decked anyway.
Yeah. Both hands from these players are just some real awkward junky.
But
hands.
Itachi has the ability to start pushing. Oh, interesting. Just wants to play Libra of Hope now. I sort of thought we would see Penflinger, Hero Power, buff Penflinger or something.
Yeah.
Just to send some more damage while he can get it.
Yeah, this is interesting that he plays it like this, because now Bladestorm just eats this. You spend 8 mana and Dardar spends 3.
Yep, so very easily, Dardar deals with this with the Bladestorm and still has 5 mana left to work with. The rest of the turn, maybe looking a little bit awkward. Probably going to swing the weapon in and see what lackey he finds and have that inform the remainder of the turn.
Let's see what we get. Ooh, Cobalt Lackey's not bad. Better than that garbage Titanic Lackey that we have chilling in hand.
Yeah, the taunt lackey really doesn't feel good anymore at all. There was a
guess-
chance when he was being pressured that it could have been okay, but now it just feels like garbage.
I guess you're saving it now for your Risky Skipper Armor Smith turn.
Easy Rattlegore taunt lackey, copy the taunt Rattlegore.
Oh.
I mean, he is down to 12 cards in deck, so the possibility of that happening is becoming more and more real.
I just gotta find the Rattlegore now.
And here come Penflinger shenanigans from Itachi.
Yep. Leave room. That should be the end of the Penflinger stuff this turn.
As we test Dardar's ability to fight his way through the tilt of being called a loser over and over.
But it wasn't me.
I was just gonna say it's much like the conversation between you two most times on stream. Right?
That's
what
right.
What are you talking about, Saku?
Hey, the friendly banter that flies between the both of you.
And we finally find a Armor Smith here off the top for Dardar, and it also turns on that Zephyrus too. So that's two huge. That one draw is two huge factors here for Dardarbinks. We'll see. He wants to do with this turn. It looks like he's hovering the Galakron, but if he plays the Galakron, he has he'll have to just drop the Titanic Lackey not to burn another card because it will take him back up to 10. So we'll see how he wants to approach this.
Yeah, just going with the Galakron here. Or
maybe he's okay with burning.
I think the most likely plan. I don't think he wants to take the chance though. Maybe he's okay with burning if he draws Rattlegore.
Well, that's a
huge Armor Smith. He just draws the thing that he probably wants to play on this board.
I don't think
not. I guess he's still holding it.
I mean, you have double Risky in hand, double Armor Smith now in hand. I don't think there's a reason to play it.
Doesn't want to swing the weapon either to overdraw again, although he could have swung and played the Lackey as well that it generated.
Well, there's a chance that there's two Lackeys that generate another card.
True.
So
there are some low roll outcomes where you swing because you're like, oh, I can still play the Lackey, and then the Lackey replaces itself, and you're like, oh, whoops. Guess I
maybe I shouldn't have swung. Yeah.
All right, Itachi making another board, pushing some more damage.
Yeah, this might be just a brawl turn here from Dardar.
That's a pretty wide board. Yeah, I'd say brawl makes a ton of sense here to play.
Let's see, we can play 1, 2, possibly 3 minions with the Risky Skipper. So it's not enough. Yeah, we're gonna go with the brawl. What lives? The 4/4 lives. If I'm Dardar, I'm leaving that 4/4 alone.
Yeah, you pretty much don't want the buff to go back into Itachi's hand to enable more Penflinger shenanigans, so you can just ignore it.
Is there a chance that Zephyrus gives you a silence effect here?
Does he really want to use his Zephyrus just to silence this minion now for a single?
Single Libra
buff.
Yeah.
I mean, also obviously the Hand of Doll, but that's not really all that relevant.
No, it's mainly for the ability on Wisdom.
Time is fleeting.
Would expect he just sends 5 base.
Yep.
Maybe. We'd throw out just the big Armor Smith or the weak Armor Smith. You might want to save the big one. Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, throw out the worthless one. That makes good sense.
Yeah. All right, pupil pick up here for Itachi. Once again, Itachi's hand is just slow. I mean, we're used to seeing when you play against Broom Pally, you're used to seeing these crazy broom turns early on, and they're just swinging the board super early, but just
yeah, Itachi was drawing through his deck fast, but actually Dardar has drawn through his even faster. As he's down to 9 cards, Itachi's still at 12, and his biggest power spikes are actually sitting there in the bottom of the deck. So Itachi just feeling forced to throw out a broom here.
Yeah, I mean, we got Alora is still in the deck, another Libra Hope still in the deck, Lady Leodrin's still in the deck. The other Devote Pupil still in the deck. I mean, we finally found the Outdoor Truth Seeker last turn. So, like, we're
Yeah.
finally finding a lot of those top-notch or, like, more of those power curve cards here.
And Dardar here with a wealth of options, mousing over the skipper turn, so definitely wanting to copy this buffed Armor Smith, it looks like.
Honor made to
Almost second-guessed himself. Almost played the smaller one, but decided to go with the one that's been hitting the gym. Been going in there, just taking their time.
Still
Lifting all
has
the weight.
another Bloodsworn Mercenary, I would expect, in deck for a copy of the Rattlegore, which you really want to use the other copy for.
Okay.
Someone's gotta lead the charge.
This is a lot of armor that Dardar is gaining here. This is going to be a headache and a half for Itachi and his single points of damage from Penflinger to get through.
Back to 41 and that Hand of a Doll. I mean, it's a redraw. Okay. So we can hopefully find something here, but you know, a lot of this power stuff still sitting in the bottom of the deck. Looks like he's thinking about doing a Lord Barov turn.
Do try to keep yourselves alive.
Barov comes down. There's some Penflinger play to clear up the armor gains. Bounces the Penflinger back again, of course, with the Hand of Doll along the draw. Definitely would have liked to see Allura before this point in the game.
Or at literally any other point in the game.
Yeah.
But I mean, at this point, like, what are the spells you have left in your deck? A Libra of Wisdom, a Libra of Hope, maybe a Blessing of Authority, right? I guess there's still First Aids schools, right?
And
One of them left.
the Silas draw right here from Dardar actually could enable blocking one of those Librams from going back into Itachi's hand if he wanted to.
Okay, we're just gonna wait. No reason to rush the Silas steal just yet.
Yeah, in a pretty commanding position.
Yeah.
Unfortunately for that Bloodsail Raider, it will not gain any attack. It's weapon only. But still just a decent minion to get on the board to have something compared to your opponent's nothing.
Yep. All right. So you play this Allure if we want.
become the hero this world needs.
Okay. Activated with Libra of Justice. And what's in the box? Libra of Hope.
Does that mean that actually the Liadrin will only bring back one Libra of Hope?
It'll get both.
It gets both.
Report
Yes,
for duty.
that interaction.
It is whenever a spell targets a friendly character. Oh, each spell
I thought
you
it was
maybe-
you cast, so I figured the text would mean that
Spellburst
it does.
cast a spell, so I think
There's
think-
the Rattlegore that Dardar's been waiting on. May not feel too playable with the board that he's currently facing, though.
steal one of these. Just shield slam Silas, give them a Silas, take something. We'll see. But I'm down for just slamming this Rattlegore. You're at
He
40
is at 42, yeah.
health. you are at a little bit of a comfortable position, to say the least.
And the Paladin really doesn't have any good way to deal with Rattlegore and multiple Rattlegore summons.
Yeah. We just gotta find the other mercenary here for Dardar.
He's out here screaming. Constant pain, this Rattlegore.
Stubbed his toe once again.
NZ.
I don't think most of the chat gets that one wrong, but
Fair enough.
oh, as I say that, he says balloon people in chat.
Go figure.
That's funny, actually. All right. Pen Flare comes down. We'll see the broom just to open up some hand space. I assume that means we're seeing this Liadrin. Yep.
Yeah, Liadrin's just coming in. He wanted as much hand space as possible for more Librams of Wisdom and Penflinger stuff.
Okay.
It's all face damage.
Absolutely. I'm not sending anywhere else. You have a lot of armor to chew through, and that Rattlegore is just a big beefy boy that's just gonna be left there the whole match.
And gonna throw out the other Lemur Wisdom.
I'm down to hold the last one. Just so you can start off next turn with a pen fling yourself without having to spend some mana. But Itachi's
Actually hitting into the... Oh, wow. We are chipping away at the Rattlegore.
Okay.
That's interesting.
Don't know about that one. How much damage we missed out on?
A lot.
17, 18?
18?
Yeah. I guess 17.
Oh yeah, it was only 2-2, right?
But that could have knocked down this this health total to 23 here.
Yeah.
This is just a lethal though, right? With,
yeah.
Zeph Wind Fury.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Zeph gives him the perfect card though.
So that's gonna be Zeph. You can't screw it up, but he does not. He actually could have done Blessed Champion too. He had the mana for it. Oh, that would have been spicy.
Yeah.
I mean, Wind Fury's the common like go-to thing. Blessed Champion to a Paladin would have been extra spicy, but we get the win regardless for Dardar here. He goes up 2-0. Itachi's Paladin is now also eliminated, and we have Dardar holding strong with the Control Warrior with one deck remaining for Itachi, the Hunter, which needs to grab a victory in this game and another game in order to actually put F2L through.
Yeah.
So what was Itachi's line of thinking though for that? I wonder, just out of curiosity.
I don't think we like knocking off the Divine Shield off your pawn was the doom there. So I don't know.
Victory for the
I'm gonna leave it at that.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of like what could have been the thought process.
With Dardar holding an active Zeph at that point, I think most outcomes for Itachi were going to end in a loss from there, with how the matchup played out.
Yeah, maybe. I mean,
Oh well, I made the choice, and then that was it. So
We move on to the next game. And Itachi with the start he wants. He is in fact playing a Highlander Hunter here, and he's got a coin Felma to play on his first turn. Generally what you want to see.
The Bran and the Mulligan, or the Zephyr sitting in hand?
Both of them. It was a softball. You love to see it.
You know, try to help you out sometimes.
So we're going to see a coin and a Felma almost certainly here from Itachi. It does indeed come down.
Yeah, and the likelihood of this going face is so high in this matchup. You know, the only real early game card that the warrior wants to play is either Sky Raider or Evil Quartermaster, and that's just, you know, we do see the Evil Quartermaster in Dardar's hand, but the chances of this thing going face is huge.
And Dardar going into the tank here. Should I press the button or not? He does, in fact, decide to press the button. Nicely navigated.
hard decision, but you know, it's one big button, one mouse click.
We haven't pressed the end turn button, though. There's another button remaining. Oh, he does it.
Sequence, right?
It was nicely done. Yeah, you don't want to press the end turn button before you press the hero power button. Well done by Dardar.
We're just flooding out the board here. Making Dardar think that there's possibly like a face stalker or something coming for the next turn.
Yep, and Dardar most likely going to be playing this Evil Quartermaster here.
Yeah. No other play's good here. You don't play Barov into a board of all 1/1s already.
Now we see if we've got a face maw or a trade maw.
Trade maw.
Trade.
Oh, this guy knows the place.
Oh man,
It's
he's
a face maw.
He's a good maw.
Right, Here comes the animal companion from
Always
Itachi.
Huffer.
Always Huffer. Just going to clear up the Quartermaster with the minion trades and send in as much damage as possible here. Try to pressure the warrior as fast as possible.
Yeah. Dardar does have a board clear here, though, if he so chooses, with the Lord Barov and the Rush Lackey presented to him in hand.
True, and the board is dangerous. It's 9 damage that's incoming on the next turn, so it's very reasonable to consider just throwing Barov out right now and dealing with the board.
Yeah, I mean, theoretically 11, right? With the hero power. So you're down to 13 if you don't clear this board.
True, and the likely play from Itachi that we could see based on looking at his hand is just play pack tactics and hero power. So clear from Barov would be massive for Dardar on this turn. Dardar looks like he wants to save it.
Someone's got to lead the charge.
So I
next
assume
Sky
we're going to
Raider?
rush in the Sky Raider.
Probably just killing the Huffer here with the rush and pressing the button, and that's perfectly fine.
I must choose.
We did pick up a ton as well off that Sky Raider that could help. Maybe we're going to greed this Barov another turn, but I think we at least got to kill the Huffer, right? Yeah, okay. We will kill the Huffer. Did he get in in time?
Nope.
No, he hovered it and didn't play it.
Interesting. Okay.
I'm not sure of the thought process there. Maybe he had an intention to do something different and changed his mind, or maybe just wants to take it slow and try to force Itachi to overextend into this. Which, as we can see, he's not going to do. Just playing that True Silver to get the... Or True Silver. True Aim.
Crescent. Yeah,
True Aim Crescent
True
to
Silver.
get the minion off the board and push some more damage.
LUL, silly Ron.
This isn't Paladin. Wait, hold on. Let me check my notes. True what? True Aim. Okay.
True Aim. Yeah, there you go.
Incredible find off the top for Dardar here with the Barov in hand. I mean, Barov Rush Lackey is enough to just board clear anyway. But the Skipper Barov is yet another option to clear boards. Got to do something, though. Facing down 9 damage, still on board, with another 3 represented just by the weapon and the hero power. And we know with Itachi's Zephyrus in hand, Dardar could just be dead next turn if he doesn't play this right.
Yeah, it's interesting that we took an additional 11 to read this out. I mean, I guess you were right that he was thinking about maybe the Itachi like board fills, but you're going into turn 5, and that's you've got Brawl online and all kinds of other things at that time. So I don't.
Yeah, and Itachi gets to be maximum efficient here, finding the sharpshooter as well, and just gets to play the secret, press the button, send more damage face. Dardar hanging out at 12 health. A robust 12 health.
A robust 12. Luckily for Dardar, as of right now, Itachi's hand is for burst is just as Zephyrus, and next turn he'll start giving him Fireball, or at least next turn he gets Fireball mana. So takes 4, so theoretically dead in 2 turns from Dardar on the current path.
I mean, Itachi's just hoping for a Dragon Bane off the top for mega damage, followed by Bran. But I haven't seen him play a Polk, so I don't think that's too likely.
Yeah. Just gets the perfect Polk out draws without playing Polk out.
Yeah, it didn't seem to be much to do here except just play the taunt and armor again, which Dardar chooses to do, try to stall things. This draw is massive, and it's a tracking. He gets to find whatever the ideal card is, like, oh, I don't know, Polk. Let's put our biggest power burst right on top of the deck. Use the weapon to clear out the minion as well. Push 1 damage. Pretty good outcome for Itachi here.
That Bran into Dragonbane.
Yeah, that's a guaranteed turn 7 to 8 damage charger.
Yeah.
which Dardar should know is coming.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything that Dardar can do at this point. I mean, you're gonna take at minimum 8 next turn, possibly
Yeah,
9 besides swing the weapon, and then Zephyrus should be able to clean up the rest, even without the Dragonbane.
I mean, pretty much unless he finds Armorsmith for the Skipper Armorsmith Bloodsworn combo, he's probably just gonna lose.
Yeah.
Throws out the Galakron. I guess that makes the most sense with in hand too. You gain a little bit more armor. That's Rattlegore. It's massively important in the last 2 games. That is probably irrelevant in this one.
Yeah, I think Dardar was hoping to hit the Armorsmith. You know, that's a guaranteed minion draw. Probably hoping to hit Armorsmith to try to do something here. But, you know,
yeah, without really needing to think about it much.
Yeah.
He's got a 7 mana card that lets him have a King Crush hit face. He's gonna do it. Now Dardar at 5 health and in a desperate situation.
I also like that Itachi's been playing around Silas this entire time without ever seeing a Silas.
Yep.
That's some good gameplay there by Itachi. You know, there's a new card that came out. It's only been out for what, 5 days, 6 days now? Like not long, if that. And Itachi's over here like, well, this would be the deck that would play it, so I'm gonna play around it. Brawl? Never brawl.
I don't think there's any way to survive.
No, I think Dardar's dead. I mean, he knows Dragonbane's coming. You can coerce this, but oh, okay. He's gonna play the Risk Skipper to attempt.
I'll show you who's
But this shouldn't do it, right? Because you just send the one face, hit your weapon into it. Send
I mean,
2
your
face.
weapon can clear the Skipper.
Right. But I'm saying
If
after
the
you
minions trading, but it doesn't matter because of Zeph anyway.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think
it's
Dardar
four
did
to
the best he could to play around with Dragonbane top deck, but
Yeah.
Zeph locks this game out easily, and we have pretty much a deciding match right here. Even though it's not Game 5 for tonight, the best words in Hearthstone, Tuna.
Nope.
Second best words.
It's only
in
game
Hearthstone?
5s.
Not gonna
yeah.
use it. Not...
I mean, this is exactly where Itachi wanted to be though. After like these that going down 0-2, you know, 1 more point for F2L Black, right? Takes them to the finals or the next week of playoffs, I believe.
Yeah. If Itachi wins this next game, then F2L is through.
Ooh. So much pressure.
So everything is on the line right here in this game. You know, even if Dardar doesn't win this next game, he can still win the series against Itachi, but his team will have been eliminated from the playoffs, so it would be a very hollow victory. This is the game right here. Game 4, it's Hunter versus whatever Dardar feels is his best chance to beat Hunter. He's going with the Demon Hunter.
Victory for the
And
Forsaken.
lately, this matchup has felt to be close to a coin flip with the way that Hunter has kind of diversified his Highlander.
Yeah.
Dardar, though, with a lifesteal weapon in hand and a Horde Pillager in hand,
Yeah, that's what you want to see.
those are massive in a matchup like this.
I do like the triple weapon opening there from Itachi. Send them all away.
Yeah, it's a lot of weapons.
Did you guys see a Pride in there?
Ron?
I'm hallucinating again. No pride this time.
Oh, okay. All right. I see a Huffer in her future.
Nah,
Right.
that one's a Leok.
And really good draw off the top for Itachi to start off turn 1. Had no play except a tracking to lead off, but now can play that initiate on turn 1, which I imagine he wants to do.
Yeah. We're probably not going to activate the spell burst until turn 3 because the Bone Chewer on 2 is just so good. So, well, that's all right.
Dardar, with some options, could choose to coin out the Wand Maker or even the Mana Feeder to contest more, but expecting maybe a spell burst that could just kill the Mana Feeder. Probably wants the Wand Maker along with its ability to generate.
I grow
one cost.
impatient.
Outside of that, would probably just elect to
Grow
pass.
short.
You know, just hero power hit face, do nothing else. Looks like it's a Wand Maker.
Yeah, we're taking the early game pressure here. Trying to fight back. See what we get. Ooh, Mana Burn's not bad, though.
And Itachi is afforded the opportunity to actually activate this spell burst with the Scavenger's Ingenuity if he wants. Strictly based on the board, have to say the Brawler's better.
You play Brawler. Unless Dardar has Soul Shear this exact turn that the Brawler's going to eat up Dardar's entire turn. So.
But a hero power and a mana burn, pretty solid here for Dardar.
Kind of allows him to reset the board in a way, give him the turn advantage back.
And blocks all of Itachi's best plays here heading into turn 3. Just gonna activate that spell burst with the tracking, send damage. Wow, finds Polko. Wow.
Wow.
Right before turn 4. That is huge. We've got power versus power now.
Yeah. Let's see what Dardar wants to do this turn.
The Soul Shear top deck is pretty good, but holding Horde Pillager makes a lot of sense. Just get the Lifesteal weapon on, clear a minion, gain some health. You get to swing it again, play another Horde Pillager as a good setup for the next turn if you choose.
Power is what you seek. Knowledge is what I
And Itachi, no hesitation. Let's put the power spike on top. Dardar cannot stop finding lifesteal though. Wow.
I don't think it's really going to matter. I mean, we don't currently have an answer to the 8/8. We need to find stuff for the future. The Dragonbane's going to come down in 2 turns. And there's no real way for him to have a massive lifesteal turn just yet. So we need to find some stuff here for Dardar.
Yeah, it's still a bit of an awkward turn facing this Polkeld on board.
I'm just gonna go face.
Going fates into Horde Pillager. Yep. That was the setup from the previous turn anyway, so no other good way to deal with this. Just gonna heal a little bit, send some damage, and re-equip along with developing. Not too bad.
Yeah, I like a Frozen Shadow Weaver here from Itachi this turn. Maybe we hold on to another turn, but I guess there's no Soul Fragments right now in Dardar's deck, so we're not worried about a Lapidary coming down this turn.
True. Yeah, the weapon represents the maximum damage from it would be like Twin Slices, but this is still just a good on-curve play from Itachi.
Yeah.
And he can stall out the weapon hit for life gain and just keep pushing damage.
I think there's a chance that we just Animal Companion this turn. But, Itachi says otherwise. Pushes forward, clears up the board.
I don't mind this play either, just to protect the Shadow Weaver as well by using Polk's health. Not only does he push damage, but also clears up the minion on board.
The Lapidary draw.
And yeah, Dardar just gonna Mana Feeder and knock out that 4/3.
Yep.
Finally has frags in deck too for the Lapidary for big burst heal on the next turn.
Yeah, but this is about to be 11 going to Dardar's face. Send 4 face, send your weapon into a 2/3, press hero power.
Yeah, just taking that guarantee of max damage once again.
We got Brain in hand. 100% maximize the damage.
So yeah, without lifesteal, Dardar would just be dead heading into the next turn.
Yeah. He can go up to 16 here. Or not 16, 18, right? Yeah, 18. Takes 11 at minimum.
I mean, you pretty much have to deal with the 3/5, but you also need to be really worried about Bran incoming.
Yeah.
It's just a really brutal spot for Dardar to be in. That tracking find of Polk just completely swinging this game.
Up to 15 we go.
That's 15, and knowing, of course, that here comes 8 to knock him back down.
Yep.
And Itachi, once again, electing to take more damage and clear up the minion on board.
So
He's
you
going to
listed
lose the Brand
Brand?
and have a 3 health King Crush. I'm not sure I like that. I think I'd rather just send the weapon face.
Yeah. This makes things so much easier.
And yeah,
for-
this really allows Dardar to kind of swing things around. Could use the Militia to clear up, but holding a Blade Dance probably just wants to use that for the King Crush. Gain as much health as possible right now.
I also think at 7 it's too dangerous, right? Like a kill command off the top is just
Right.
gross.
Yeah, you just
game losing.
you wouldn't gain enough health there.
Yeah.
So this would be Dardar's 4th lifesteal charge that he's used, and he's got 2 more lifesteal charge incoming with the other Warblades.
I mean, this is exactly what we see though as the Demon Hunter in this matchup. So
Absolutely, and here, yeah, he's just going max heal, of course. Going to use the Blade Dance to kill the King Crush, and just push some face damage and heal. And now the health totals are completely swung.
all right, what beast do we get? They
All of a
stop.
sudden, yeah, Itachi going from a seemingly dominant position to being on the back foot here. The secret is a pack tactics.
It's not bad. It's not bad.
A jailer plus a militia would be enough for rushers to clear this, but would actually spit out another minion, so maybe not the consideration. Leading with Wand Maker.
Ooh,
Hey, look, it's active and it can copy a jailer.
What?
It's broken.
It's the first time I've seen this in a long time that this has actually worked. You usually get philosophy when you don't have it in hand.
We saw it in how we kicked off Hero playoffs, actually, with 9 Eyebrows getting like almost exclusively philosophies off his Wand Maker and actually activated it once.
Oh. All right, let's see what Dardar wants to do this turn.
Still awkward for Dardar, though, because that 4-5 is not something he can just kill on board without attacking into it. Thought maybe he'd want to test the pack tactics and hit it using Blade Dance to clear it if it spits out, but instead just going damage. Damage and healing is good.
Yeah. I think, your average secrets of Highlander Hunter are, what, Snake, Pressure...
Itachi, always Huffer. Oh my goodness. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. If he played the Eaglehorn Bow, you still can't get there, right? It's really close, though.
Yeah, because you have 8, 10, 13 is your max this turn.
Victory is in my grasp.
So you want to go...
Huffer line's pretty big.
Yeah.
He is facing down, obviously, a lot of damage coming back at him and has very little health remaining. This secret is going to be big. It's an explosive trap.
Interesting.
Wait, actually, maximum was 13, right? If he
That's what I said.
pushes... Would explosive trap go off before the Warblades? Like if he just pushed all face?
Oh, yeah.
He could have set him to 2, and then the explosive would have just killed Dardar?
Yes. Oh. And I think that's lethal.
That's game.
Yeah. As long as Dardar doesn't think...
Wow, what a find. But if Itachi had actually gone pure face instead Dardar to 2, he would have died before he healed, right? And that just would have been game.
Die right here.
Wow. What a finish. Really, like just a photo finish here as Dardar gets over the line with the exact 3-1 that he needed. So we are going to see Challengestoners backs against the wall get through into the playoffs with that thrilling win.
Already in the playoffs, but through the round of
get
playoffs.
into further into the playoffs. Make the
Yeah.
championship game. Why didn't I say championship game? The Challengestoners have made the championship, eliminating F2L.
Congratulations, Showdown. Woo! It's a good run though by F2L Black this season. Nothing to be really upset about. A lot of good records, a lot of good play by them throughout this whole season. I mean, made it to the semifinals. So that's huge. So, but now Challengestoners sit in the wake and wait for the rest of this Wild Aces versus Ask HS match. But I think that's pretty much locked up, right? I think that's Wild Aces. Correct me if I'm wrong, Mr. Hero show host.
We have, yes, Wild Aces have locked. So
Okay.
it is now going to be Challengestoners versus Wild Aces in the championship game. And it looks like Dardar is available for an interview if you want to add him in.
Yeah,
Ooh.
get him in. I was just gonna,
Get him in here, Ron. Man, I hope he
Works
comes in
on
here and he's just mad that you're interviewing him. Like, oh my goodness, and I just see this guy.
Here we go. All right. Well, welcome, Dardar. Year of Dardarbinks as you continue the undefeated season and carry your team into the championship game. How does it feel?
I'm a little like overwhelmed with emotions right now, gonna be completely honest. I feel like it looked for like a hot second there when he rolled Huffer that it was over. And even though I was counting out all the ways that I could die, it was always like one off, but it was like very high levels of tension. And like that was already tension that was carried over from game 3, where I feel like I just like giga through that matchup on like turns 4, 5, 6. But like, like I just channeled my inner Danish Counter-Strike player Zipnix and just pulled out the clutch. So
yeah, that lapidary off the top had to feel good there.
yeah,
I'm pretty sure
Wind Slice, Adept all got there. Honestly, I saw a secret pull up and I really was like scared out of my life. It might be like misdirection. I was just gonna fucking cry right there. Oh, I don't know if I'm allowed to do that.
Right.
But yeah,
it's okay.
Yeah, you're allowed to cry. It's okay.
Oh no, can I curse?
Not really, but that's
okay,
why.
Well, okay, that was my one for the interview.
that's all good, dude.
Everybody gets one.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So that's my one warning. But yeah, it was just like it was tense.
Interestingly,
Yeah.
I think you actually lose that game if he, well, maybe you still win because of lapidary off the top, but if he had just gone full face because he pulled explosive, your lifesteal hitting face would have triggered with you at 2 health and you still would have died before the lifesteal went off.
Yeah.
But that was just like a razor
there's
thin
nothing I
margin
can even
game.
do
It
about
was
that. I
fascinating.
Just have to yeah.
Hey, you just got to go for it. It's like if you were at 2, you're just like, well, I got to hope it's not explosive trap. And just you had quite the challenge there with needing specifically a 3-1 or a 3-0 as the only possible way to get your team into the championship, and you pulled it out in thrilling fashion with a really close game against that Highlander Hunter. So I can understand the bursts of emotions. That's quite a finish to the season.
Yeah, but you know what? We got there. So the finish of the season, it's next week, not this week. And
that's right. You got one more to go now.
That's right.
Into the championship up against the Wild Aces.
Yep. And honestly, wouldn't have preferred any other team to face. It's going to be fun. We're obviously going to take it seriously, but there was a moment where we considered bringing the old Zale best of 5 and just not telling anyone. But we're going to keep it legit. And yeah, it should be great. I'm really excited for it. I honestly, going into the season, I thought Aces were among the best teams, so it's going to be good having us get there and then see them in the finals. But yeah, it was good. Honestly, very stressful, but now just like that weight lifted off my shoulders and I got one more run at it, so it's awesome.
Yeah, you got to relax a little bit before your next stressful match against Bill Snyder.
Yeah, and then you can stress out as to whether or not
Bill's good. Yeah. He won't make it feel stressful. It'll be fun.
Well, he won't. But just the pure pressure. Could you imagine?
I mean, the stress in general, right? You have a possible championship and a possible completely undefeated 10-0 season riding on the line.
Nah,
But hey, no pressure. Yeah.
The only pressure was keeping the whole undefeated streak across all of THL, and then Ron, you helped me out with that. So it doesn't really matter.
Oh yeah, you're welcome, bud.
Yeah, thanks for taking all the good luck then, so I can have it now. It's good.
Actually,
I guess I did what I could for you, so you could just get bad luck out of the way, so you could carry the team home through against Itachi. Who needs an undefeated across all of THL streak when you can just try to win a hero championship?
Yeah,
instead?
That's boring, anyways. Let's just get a championship.
This was exactly what Ron said before we started the stream. It's like I think I gave Dardar some luck there, so
yeah,
it's pretty good.
Yeah, Ron's secretly a Challengestoner fan. You know, he purposely beat you earlier, like played his hardest earlier to beat you.
Hey,
Dardar.
look, I think
That
there
way-
I think there are
Challenge Stoners
4
are a good team
fantastic
to be a
people
fan
on
of,
Challenge Stoners.
The Challenge Stoners, first timers. You got Justin and I, the boys from Northeastern up top. You got Turtle in the 3, absolutely killing it from the 4 seed. You got Intzy, like mascot / bring the energy in the 4. And then you got the boy Free Hugs, who's like the Alex Caruso of this team. You know, the role player who shows up, gets his stuff, and just like, he'll be silent, but you know what? He'll put the job in. And you know what? We love that. Good stuff, Free Hugs.
Yeah, absolutely.
Come for the Hearthstone, stay for the
probably not
NBA
really
references. We got it all here at THL.
Exactly.
But yeah, congratulations again, Dardar. Any other? I know you just shouted out kind of the whole team, but anything else that you'd like to give as an overall shout out?
Not really, to be honest. I don't know. Shout out to you for giving me good luck. I don't know. Shout out
Hey,
to
the
TSL
setup
for
worked.
Shout out to TSL
He's
for
shouting
being a
out
good
us.
place for me to get some rest of fives in for practice. You know, enjoying it. But yeah, there's not much else to it, and honestly, my mind is a little bit fried. But yeah, that's pretty much all of it.
It's totally understandable.
Yeah. Well, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for letting us stream you, and you know, congrats on the win, and good luck next week in the finals, man.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. Congrats and good luck.
Appreciate it. But yeah, thank you all. Have a good night.
Yeah, you too. Take care now.
All right, and he'll, I'm sure, go celebrate with the team. But that was quite a thrilling set of matches.
I mean, I think his entire team's in chat right now.
Yeah, it was. Yeah,
pretty much, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So they'll know here soon as if he doesn't spoil it in their Discord. But you know, folks, I know we had 2 amazing matches, but the night is coming to an end. That is all we had here tonight on Sunday Night Showdown. You know, but good luck to all the players out there. Good luck to the people approaching their final weeks of pro. Good luck to the legacy players that made playoffs, and obviously good luck to Challengestoners and Wild Aces in the Hero Finals coming up this week. You know, for those 2 teams, hey, if you want to be streamed, please hit us up. We always love having final matches on stream. You know, there's Donde, there's me and Saku to hit up, and there is Lotus Night. You know, if you want to be on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or you know, like afternoon time frame of Skullstone of Lotus Night, please hit up one of us 4, and we will make sure we get you on stream. Always great to have final matches. So if you're one of them, please hit us up. Don't hit up Ron. He is of no help.
I'll just direct you to the other guys anyway.
There you go.
Just cut out the middle, man. Just reach out to them. But absolutely, we want nothing more than to stream, you know, playoff and finals matches.
But
so hit us up.
Yeah, hit us up. But I'm BrushyTuna. Ron, thanks for joining me. Saku, thanks as always for opping tonight. Any final words from you guys before we close this out?
No, just tune into the shows this week. So Wild Notes get working on their final last week of their regular season.
Yep.
You got the Saloon going to finalize probably their second last show. Talking to we're dealing with health centers or health center. Heart Center. Jeez, thinking too much dental lately. So anyway, so you have those fantastic dudes on there: Donde, Brushy, Mako, and LK, and then Tavern Talk is going to be something special because of all the closeness in both conferences. So
yep,
should be very, very cool. So stay tuned to all those shows in the week.
Yeah, and as you say that, we just caught up live, so it is official. No more need to worry about spoilers. It's happened. We've seen it on stream. Dardar got that victory, and congrats again to Challengestoners.
Yep.
Congrats to Wild Aces for making the finals as well, and I can't wait to see what's yet to come for a thrilling hero finish.
Yeah. All right. Good night to everybody, and thanks for tuning in, and we'll I guess set you guys up for the next couple matches. Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. Take care, everybody.
Have a great night.
See ya.
This is our town, scrub.
Ready for action!
Another round?